Today at 11:45 a.m. in Florida, USA time. It is March 31st of 2022. It is windy in Largo, Florida, 79 degrees Fahrenheit. Rip current, rip current. Remember, don't go out in small boats, small vessels. And most important, it's boom time. Let's do it.
Call your mama, call your papa, call your friends. The festivities are about to begin. Boom!
Boom! Ladies and gentlemen, we are live from Florida. Jose JG in the house, in the, will be in the Discord server, the Daily Boom. That is where the festivities will take place. Rocking my NASA shirt, long sleeved, just because of the mosquitoes. They're already beating me up, man. They got me beaten where I don't have sleeves. I am very sweet for mosquitoes. If I didn't have the sleeves, uh, like when I hang out here, they'll fuck me up. Face is healing. I had a few bites, but I'm getting better. Shout out to everybody watching. If you're watching this show live, you know what it is. You must share the show. Share the show and tell what they say. Hey, in this channel, this guy open panel. He share a Discord link, and we can join. We can talk. We can be in the voice. We can be part of the voice, and we can bring our opinion, our thoughts, and our we can bring our own take on the topics of earth, science, math, psychology, philosophy, all this kind of good stuff. There are a few topics that I do not entertain in this channel because YouTube is very snowflakery with them. So the topics that I don't entertain in this channel is politics and health issues, among others. But those are the two strongest ones. We don't going to talk about politics here. We don't going to talk about health. Those topics bring the worst out of everybody. So as long as we keep it more down to earth, we'll be all right. We talk about topics that do not affect us in real life. Politics affect you in real life? They might, bro. Does health affect you in the real life? Indeed it does, 100%. So we're not going to talk about those. There are many channels, there are many content creators that just specifically talk about those topics. So in this channel, we don't even going to mention anything about health. Now, if you got a flu or a cough, I mean, if you want to mention it, I don't know why. If you want to say you got diarrhea and you feel like shit, you might mention it, but that's it. We're going to stop that on track. We're not going to, I'm not going to tell you what to do with it. You're sick, go fucking to sleep or something. Go to the hospital or something. That's it. Did I tell you then to share the show? And that's why. But thumbs up. That's very important. So if you would like to hit the like on this video, I would really appreciate it. As close as my fingerprints are seen. Beat up, man. Thumbs up under this finger better. Yeah, you can see my fingerprints there. There you go. Hit the like on this video. I really appreciate that. Thank you. And hit the like. Oh, and give me money, of course, definitely. This show must go on. I have to eat. I have to cover certain things in order to keep the show rolling. So for that, I need economic support via you watching right now. If you got a few extra dollars, you can hit me up. Preferred method will be PayPal. If you cannot, if you don't want to give me your name, which I will not, if I receive any PayPal with a name that I don't recognize, I will not shout out the name. That will be anonymous. I encourage if anybody want to give me something in PayPal, at the end of the comment, you can type a comment, or just as the comment being your username on YouTube, so I can properly thank you for that. If not, I will properly thank you, but as an anonymous donor, if I don't recognize your name as you have previously, given to the channel. Even if you have given to the channel a lot of names, I'm not good at remembering names, so please remind me who you are as in the comment. Super chat if you can, and let's go to the Discord server and do it. I probably will disappear from the voice. I will get back at you in a minute. All right, here we are. So I think we are here.
We could be.
Yeah, we are here. Here you go.
We're here. That's good. Oh, we're here.
Server the Daily Boom. I forgot to do specific shout outs.
quick.
Yeah, first to the audience and then to my people over here. Shout out to everybody on YouTube land. Farmer's Boy, Prono 1990, Jomongus, Charlie Welsh, Zep Tepi, Real Cygnus, Charlie Welsh, Stevie B, Mr. Victory's Radio, Al K, Kuso, very, very expert, Real Cygnus. Citizen 9, thank you very much, everybody, for being here. If I didn't mention your name, I'm sorry. Stevie B, did I say your name? Well, you are. Hello to the Frog family. We got Lazy Eyed Frog. You got anything to say to the YouTube? Mob it. Oh, very well said, my friend. Mama Frog. Mob it. Okay, and how about you, baby frog? Mob it. There you go. He's growing up so fast. I thank you for that. And I want to give my shout outs to Mini Earth right here. We got Mini Earth. This one doesn't make a sound, but it actually does the rotation, We got Medium Earth. Shout out to Medium Earth. Shout out to the Rumbling Earth. This one, Mini Squeaky Globe, and this is very important, Squeaky Earth. Only if the frog have suicide thoughts, then we will know as soon as I start rotating the Squeaky Earth. Here we go. Headphones warning for those watching on YouTube. Oh, I think they sound fantastic today. Sounds very, very good. Look, is that centrifugal, Coriolis, momentum? It's so much science going on here on what we are witnessing in real time. Shout out to Squeaky Earth and the frogs for entertaining us with real-time demonstrations of science. All right, you take it away, guys. Say your hellos to the YouTube universe. What's going on?
That was a most excellent Squeaky Earth. That really does sound so bad it's good.
Yes, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
I liked your thumbnail.
Oh, thank you very much. We got all the globes on view. We got the Moon Knight theme thumbnail today. You know how it is. Try to keep it, trendy as days go by.
I've watched the first episode, and yeah, I'm not sure.
I liked it. It was fun.
I suspect it will grow on me like Peacemaker did.
It looked like a movie. The cinematography was really cool. The acting was good. Isaac and Ethan, they good peeps. So yeah, it's gonna be a good show.
I think so. I sort of watched it. Yeah, maybe. Yes, no, not sure. Another couple of episodes, it'll probably grow on me. But yeah, I'll give it a go. See how it turns out.
It's for different tastes. This is more of a fantasy horror type of things. I don't know, for those who don't like mystery, a little jump scare and horror and that mystery type of thing. I don't think they're gonna like it a lot, but it's okay. It was alright.
I'm all over that. But I was the same with Peacemaker. I watched first episode of Peacemaker and thought, what the bloody hell is this?
Yeah, that was,
And then carried on and thought, I get it now.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So
In this one, who knows? What's up, Shay?
Hello, Jose. All good here.
All good, all good. Alk got a lot of kudos for the previous show that we did. I'm sorry, everybody. Yesterday I was unable to do a show. It is what it is. I had too much shit to do here in the house, and I couldn't find that window to coming live. Oh well, life goes on. We are here in the last day of March, and we're gonna end it up strong. You know what I mean?
Yeah, life has a habit of getting in the way sometimes.
Yep. So the day before yesterday, in my last show, was about the cults, presented and led by Alk, pretty much his idea, his topic, and it was really good. A lot of good feedback. You can check on the comment section, and you can re-listen to the show. It was actually entertaining. I haven't re-listened to it. I'm waiting for I'm waiting for a little bit. Whenever I don't find something, I say, you know what? I'm gonna just listen as an audience member. As me being a participant of that show, I'm gonna be annoyed with myself with whatever I say, but I'm gonna try to stomach it and listen through it.
Yeah, I've listened to. I haven't gone through the whole spiel that he did, but I have listened to a fair chunk of it. Yeah, that sounded very interesting.
Yep.
Yeah, very good. And now I see there's lots of flat earthers putting out little videos about no, flat Earth isn't a cult. The heliocentric cult is a cult. The projection is off the charts.
The sound should be good. In YouTube, we should have sound. Sound should be okay. I see Zeb Tepi, Brian Peck, maybe. Oh, their phone was freaking out, maybe. Your devices. The stream is going strong,
Yeah, there's sound. I just unmuted it and got sound.
Okay. We should be all right.
Yeah.
Bro Alem, what's up, man? How you doing?
About to order some snacky snacks. I'll get back.
Order snacks, you say?
Yeah. Bro Alem has got a habit of joining in the stream whilst he's out doing his shopping and such like. So.
Okay.
So I suspect he's out and about.
Yep. Let's check. Let me check on. Hold on. I'm trying to find that comment section. There you go, on that video about the cults, and see if we can check on some. I read them. I read all the comments, but we'll take a quick look in it because there's some interesting comments in between there. But actually, most of the comments are actually just kudos to Alk and to me for hosting the show and to Alk for presenting it. So that was good. I appreciate that. I am sharing the screen. If you want to check on my screen share, you should be able to see it.
Yeah.
Where in the hell is the comments? Find there. Fuck. Oh, there you go. There they are. That's weird. Kyle Wilson. Kyle Wilson got a pin. Reticulated spline. Yeah, interesting to have different kind of show. Something is wrong here. There you go. About cold behavior. Yeah, good. You see, thanks for the presentation. Okay, there you go. Alk is happy. Seemed to turn out well. It was fun to have an input, Chunji, Babs, etc. There are some people, thanks Alk, yeah. Oh, we enjoy listening. Lemonbird says, hey, with sound effects now. I have much experience with cults. I myself left the cult of heliocentrism many years ago and have never looked back. Thank God in heaven I did. Your thoughts on this comment about with Lemon?
Well, it's typical Lemon, isn't it? I mean, if anybody's in a cult, he is. He's in the Flat Earth cult. He's in his own little religious cult that doesn't seem to quite fit in with mainstream Christianity, I think. And yeah, Flat Earthers think that heliocentrism is a cult. Religious people think that heliocentrism is a religion and a cult.
Sorry, they say sound effects.
Is that one of your neighbours who's thought, Jose's live, let's make some noise?
No, that's the sound. Just the environment sounds. Sorry.
Did you hear the Doppler effect there?
No. Oh yes, he was approaching and the sound getting louder. Yeah, further.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's typical.
Sound getting higher pitched.
Right. What's going on, man?
Oh, not much.
Lemon said he left the heliocentrism cult many years ago. What do you think about that?
I think he's. I don't think he left the cult, but I think he's trying to form one of his own.
Right.
If he could ever actually get like a set rules and set things to follow, and didn't change what he thought about everything he says every couple minutes, then he might be on the way there. But at the current moment, he's just a man on his own, railing against reality.
Too much jumping left and right, up and down here, all over the place. Refreshingly show, Seeker says, Duffy's Manfrey on Kawasaki as ninja. Completely distrust of the education process is notable. Hold on. ¿Cómo está el bebé, vecina? Oh, sí. Es por ahí cerquita, ¿verdad? Pediatra. Ok. Él está bien, está saludable. Qué bueno, me alegro. Bien. Neighbor had a baby about a month and a half, 2 months ago. Baby is doing good, strong. That's good. Is this you, Briantology? Great show. That's it. I thought it was more. I thought Brian Mabbott was here than other people, but oh well. Good times.
I thought I'd saw him.
Right?
Leave it. Yeah.
I thought I seen more coming.
Unless it was maybe the one before.
It has to be different shows, yeah.
Brian is a very interesting sort. I think he is actually firmly in the Bev cult at the moment. It was brought up to him today that that Bev was performing that nasty maneuver where he and Rukia were attempting to assemble a goon squad to essentially overrun the University of Tennessee for the small get-together of people to see the Cavendish. And he tried to get out of saying that Bev was doing anything wrong there by saying, but is Bev going personally? Because if he's not, then you really can't say he's being a piece of shit about it.
Well, of course, Bev's not going personally.
It was, yeah. But by Brian's logic,
you're part of the organisation of such a thing, you know.
Yeah. That's like saying that Russia's not at war with Ukraine because Putin's not out there with an AK-47.
Exactly. Yeah. Yes. Part and parcel of Flat Earth, I'm afraid, isn't it?
But that's the level of protection that you expect in a cult when it comes to its leaders.
Yes.
And we see that. I'm not sure we see that in with the debaters on the Globe Earth side. I know we see that on the Flat Earth side when it comes to the big YouTubers. We see people go out of their way to protect Huey, out of their way to protect Oakley, out of their way to protect Bev, and they'll give them odd things on the basis of nothing, and it's a really bizarre thing to look at.
I find it different from when Flat Earthers do the conferences, for example, and these big gatherings, these big meetups, because they announce it publicly to everybody, and they say, "Well, there's a fee. If you want to pay, everybody can come in." You know, that was a different take. Oh, everybody's in. All right, let's go. And Glober's made their stream and say, all right, we all go and pay and we'll go hang out and try to talk to them. That's totally different. That's fair game. They are inviting everybody to go in there as for that.
Yeah, but that's an entirely different thing, though, Jose.
Yeah.
That is a conference specifically for Flat Earth, as opposed to a small dedication, for a donated device at the University of Tennessee.
At a university, I'm being. I mean, I know it's a university. If you want to consider it a public place, I mean, if you don't study there, if you don't got any business there, you don't have anything to do there. Now, if Blue have a link with the university by donating the device, so I guess he could contact people and say, hey, you know what? I'm gonna gather. There's gonna be a few people and they want to come in. I want to do kind of just showing the machine, talk to them for a few minutes over here. That's fair. That's a private little festivities that he got going on there. I mean, I cannot do anything about it. Just follow that specific rules that Blue is giving and the university.
Yep. Which is essentially what Blue had done. It's like if you guys wanted to have a little get together about this, see the machine while they're doing that, contact me. I'll see if we can put together a little get together. Versus the Flat Earth Conference where everybody's invited, but if you attempt any pushback or you're a name in the globe Earth, they were turning you away at the door, kicking you out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't the intention of the Flat Earth Conference to invite people, and people can go and see people from all walks of life, and people can go and learn about Flat Earth. And that was their intention. They didn't specify that was only for Flat Earthers, Flat Earthers only event.
Now there were some that got to stay. Like Stone got to stay for most of it, although he got harassed severely all the way through it.
Yeah.
George got harassed all the way through it, and I'm not sure how much he was allowed to actually go through it. MC Toon and oh god, what in the hell is his name? The guy who kept saying "fucking idiot" for so long had a Lego cut out of himself.
Team Skeptic.
That's it.
Team Skeptic. I said they only got in for a few minutes and they were told to leave, and so they had to wait outside the conference to talk to people.
Whatever happened to Nathan Thompson? Does anybody hear from him anymore?
He shows up on gyms every now and again, brutally drunk and yelling, and that's about it.
Oh yeah, that's true.
He posts a picture or two every once in a while on Facebook.
I think we would have seen him exit the theater forever had the weed farm he was working at not burned down.
Oh man, I can just picture that a weed farm on fire. Yeah.
He's still sort of in the Flat Earth realm.
I heard half of that. Earth is alive.
Hold on. So Nathan is still kind of active in the Flat Earth realm.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think he is.
Yeah, he's been really kind of on the down low and fading away ever since he got caught wearing a duck suit.
He's never lived that one down.
He never will.
No.
Yeah, he's playing the card of, I knew it was a joke. I was just playing along. He's playing that card.
Which is why we have recordings of him coming into gyms and telling us all about the awesome things that they did and everything that they proved and how it was going to be all shown soon. And we were all going to feel stupid for ever doubting him and that he was going to be one of the minds remembered in this moment.
Oh, yeah. Oh, he certainly remembered, but not for the reasons he thinks.
Yeah, that didn't seem to work out too well, did it?
No, it didn't.
I do hate that we accidentally spoiled the moment early for him. They still had a couple of days of filming left before he found out when he came to us that he was dealing with a set of known trolls.
Oh, that's a shame.
But we got to see him in a duck suit,
Yeah.
Good for us.
It's just
You
one
know
of
what?
those things, yeah.
I didn't see the whole thing. I think it was divided in parts. I think I saw like the first part, but I don't know. I didn't see anything else. I saw clips and screenshots, but I never saw the whole thing. I couldn't and I had to see, Nathan Thompson. Like, fuck, the hell.
It was really good.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to maybe one day sit down and revisit it. I know it's not long; it's smaller clips. So yeah, I'll sit down on this afternoon and watch it.
I mean, it's impressive to see that they managed to troll him so much and they fell for all of it.
Yeah.
Because it's not just the experiment thing. It's like, the friends getting married and all that kind of thing. He was totally invested.
Yeah, he was so convinced that it was real. It was hilarious.
Bit of a crossover. Those guys did an excellent takedown of Scientology.
Oh yes, their infiltration Scientology was rather nice.
Yeah.
A little bit of positive news for Flat Earth real fast. I'm not sure. I know a lot of us know. I know a lot of us have heard about it, but certainly a fine congratulations to Witsit and Kai. If they're truly happy together, may they be happy together forever. That said, their RV tour was absolutely abysmal.
I haven't. I don't recognize the other name. Witsit, I know who he is. What's the other name? Kite.
Yeah,
Kite?
that's his. I guess he just got married or something.
But
He
what
did.
the name? Who is the guy? I don't know. Still don't know.
That's her name, Kai.
Oh, her. Sorry.
Yes.
That one girl that was singing with him, like
Yeah,
the one that sings with him.
Yeah, that one.
Okay, got it. Oh yeah, congrats. I thought it was a guy. Anyway, I didn't matter. I just didn't recognize the name. Hi.
Well, to be fair, Pete Shea thinks she's a man, but that's an entirely different story.
right.
Yeah, but that's just Pete Shea, isn't it? All the men and women and all the women.
That's how you look at it.
Dude, I promise it was an honest mistake. Me thinking that we should just get married with a dude. I promise it was an honest mistake.
I mean, yeah, in the world
He
today.
technically marries the female version of himself, because he not just sort of marrying a man.
He thinks Obama slapped Obama too. So.
Oh yeah.
Good. Yeah, if he got married, whatever, yeah. I hope they, they do good in life, and they get food to eat, they get a roof to sleep, and they are successful in whatever they do. Yeah, I wish him the best.
Yeah, as long as that success is not grifting others for cash, I'll be fine with them.
Right. By success, I mean staying out of trouble, staying out of jail, don't get hurt out there. That's the success I hope they have.
They may have a brilliant future in the controlled substance transportation business.
Oh dear.
It's actually, not dissimilar when you see people like that getting together to something like, if you look at the history of, say, Marshall Applewhite and his wife, how they started out, got together, and look where that led. Yeah.
A little comment in the chat from Mr. Malort. Do you think Witsit's RV has a satellite dish?
Guarantee it. Absolutely guarantee it's got a satellite dish. I bet that's got all the essentials, all the mod cons, apart from a flushing toilet, obviously. Yeah. Be very surprised if it hasn't got a satellite dish. But that's okay, because satellite dishes don't get a signal from satellites in the flat earth as well, do they? They just magically get there.
I think Kosho went over the math on what it would take, given given the angle satellite dishes are pointed at, what it would take just to give satellite to North America for all the services we have. And it was something ludicrous, like in the sky you should be able to find one of like 50 million satellites that are balloons.
Oh, that's right, yes, because they're all Satelloons, aren't they?
Yeah. If they were flat Earth balloons, like they were saying. Sorry, it wasn't 50 million. It was 500,000. Just for America.
That's still an equally ridiculous number of balloons.
Did you say ludicrous? That's the word that just resonated with me for a minute there.
Yeah, sorry. Ludicrous.
It's fucking ludicrous.
You fucking whatever.
Yeah.
I don't feel like that today. Think of the children. Oh,
he came in right at the end of the cult show. Brian Mavitt. He tried to go in a long rant, but unsuccessful.
What, you just cut him off?
Pretty much, yeah.
Well, because
Well,
otherwise,
on you go.
Well, I say otherwise, he's like a wind-up toy. You wind him up and let him go, and he'll just go and go and go and go. So, yeah.
What you remember, RK and Brian Mavitt?
I just like the fact that you've sat there and done like a 3-hour long show, going over, like an analysis, if you want to call it that, going through the various well-recognized points, considering what constitutes a cult or cult behavior, and the only response you get from Flat Earth is, "You're in a cult. I'm not in a cult. You're in a cult." Like, fucking stunning intellectual rebuttal there. You know what I mean? They don't even try. It's just like, no, not me, you. Just, it sums them up so well.
It's like kids in a primary school playground. I'm not, you are.
Exactly.
I don't know. I don't know if I'm mistaken another day, but I remember you gave him 2 minutes, Jose, and he couldn't make it to even 60, I think.
What's going on there?
Brian's eating his mic.
Jose's able. Here.
Oh, is my mic open?
I'm back. Go ahead, guys. I'm sorry. I stepped out. I forgot to say. Gotta step out for a minute.
I don't want to interrupt Cheeky's point. So.
People were asking if Kai's family is well off. I have no idea if her family is well off. I do know that, according to them, they decided to, instead of taking money from the family for a big wedding, they used it to rent a month at a luxury RV park and a couple other things. She also claims that her grandfather is one of the big chemists who wrote a lot of the well-used chemistry books, and that he was flummoxed by the idea of the second law of thermodynamics not being applicable to space in her model, and says that it really shook him to the core, which is, I feel like, a huge lie.
Just sound like that. What probably shook him to the core was her saying, "Oh yeah, I'm a flat earther."
Exactly. It's like, fucking hell, I never realized she was that stupid.
Yeah, exactly.
Farmers, I was just going to quickly ask you, is that true that you were saying that there's flat earthers making, cult-based material?
I say this. I can't believe I'm going to say this. Flatzoid has done at least one little video looking at the description of a cult and what entails being in a cult, and basically saying, no, that's not us. That's you globe earthers.
That was. I'm sorry to interrupt. That was right after the Sunday show. In Sundays, when I actually did mention the cult the first time. Are you in? I'm not in a cult. I'm in a cult. Something like that, like a joke. And then we did the actual show in a different day. But right after the show, right after the live show ended, when I proposed it on Sunday, is when he uploaded that video. Go ahead, carry on.
Cool. I was just curious that, because I thought that would be hilarious if they actually took it, anything like that to heart enough to start making videos about it. But anything by Fieldoid's just not worth even thinking about, to be fair.
Everything's totally arse about face, I mean, look at the flat Earth, and it's got all of the aspects of a cult. The way that they did their bizarre beliefs, that will not be impinged on by the outside world. The way that they all stick together, and if somebody dares leave, the scorn, the insults, and everything else that's levelled, as we've seen with certain examples over the years. 1 minute they're bestest buddies, and the next minute they're scum. You can't talk to them. They've been paid to turn, and all the rest of it. If that's not cult behaviour, I don't know what the fuck is. And you get the likes of Flatsoid going, "Oh no, it's heliocentrism's a cult. Their beliefs is a cult, and they won't look at anything else. They won't accept any other explanation." Well, come and give us a viable alternative to our model. Oh, that's right, you can't. Why would we accept bollocks? We're not in a cult. It's like, bring us new evidence, bring us new information, and we'll look at it. And if it's shit, we'll ignore it.
Go ahead, Brian. What do you think?
This
All right,
this
comes
quiz.
some sarcasm. Sorry.
Hold on, Brian first. Yeah.
This quiz, though, have you noticed groups of ideas have filtered into all areas of your work, social life, and personal life? That would be a yes for most flat earthers. Have your friends and family commented that you've changed? An overwhelming majority of flat earthers say that their relationships with their families have been significantly altered by flat earth. Have you noticed you spend less and less times with your family and other friends? You spend more and more times with the group. People get into flat earth tend to spend an abnormal amount of time with other flat earthers, and they tend to shun their families. Do you find it boring or awkward spending time with people outside the group because they seem boring or don't understand you or the language of your group? I can't speak to that one. I haven't heard them say anything about that. Do you believe that the outsider's not on the same level of you as the members of your group? Yeah, they believe that. Like, this quiz is straight up lining out why flat Earth would be a cult. This is wild.
Which quiz is that?
It's on allthetest.com. It's the one that Flatzoid was answering.
Ah, right.
Has someone close to you told you they think you're in a cult? I'm pretty sure that's happened.
Hello to the Stingray in chat box. Hello, Stingray. Are you Neo? I am Neo. Thank you.
He's new today.
Hello, Mr. Grimm. Are you Neo? I'm Neo. Do you know about cults?
I've just got here, and this is the first I've ever heard of it.
What do you think about cults?
It must have been a secret this whole time.
What, Mr. Grimm? Give us your thoughts. You weren't here or listening. We did a kind of a special talking about cults. What do you know about cults, and what do you consider a cult in the recently with in relation to these topics that we talk about? Do you think flat Earth is a cult, the globe, a specific branch of? What do you think, man?
Well, no, I wouldn't say it's a cult, right? Because it has cult behaviors. Like that, there's behaviors in humans that group up, no matter what their conversation usually is. If they don't agree with others, they'll end up. It's human nature to alienate, isolate, and do all the things that you see in the community that you accuse them of being a cult about, right? It's not really a cult, are they, per se? Because there's no secret symbolisms, there's no, hidden agendas, there's no, right? But they have cult-like, if you want to be insulting, you can call anybody a cult or whatever, because we all see the negative, right, connotation involved in that. But I think that's just antagonistic speech, to be honest. I don't think they're actually a cult. I think it's a stupid thing to antagonize people with, because your behaviors are the same. The ballers do it too. There's different levels of flat earthers. There's different levels of ballers, and it's usually egotistically, intertwined. And people like to protect their egos by surrounding themselves with like-minded people. Yeah.
So to clarify, to clarify your point, and correct me if I'm wrong, you find it easy to separate what actually is a cult versus cult behavior.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Some people find it hard, when somebody's a group of people showing cult behavior is easier to just categorize them as a cult. I think some people find it easier to separate both and not call them a cult, but having a cult behavior instead.
Right. It's probably easier to just call every woman bitch too, right? But it's not polite. You don't have to remember their names anymore, do you? Hey, babe. Hey, bitch. But it isn't polite. And they're not all bitch and they're not all babe to you. You know what I mean? So, and it's the same thing. If I'm trying to be antagonistic, I'm going to call whoever I'm arguing with that's behaving using alienation and, that kind of thing, filling themselves with their own group and everything. I would call them a cult, piss them off if I'm aggravated with them. They're not a cult, and I know it. And that's the same thing that these guys are doing. And you're trying to just kind of soften the vernacular or justify yourselves and being rude to calling somebody a cult when they're not.
Your thoughts, okay? You kind of because you know a little bit about. I mean, what do you think about Mr. Green's opinion?
I mean, I don't 100% disagree with him or anything on the whole. Yet everybody has ways of socializing that involves being part of a group, and there's tribalism that you can observe at all different levels. So on that side, I agree, but I disagree slightly on the idea that you can just say, well, that just applies to everybody, so that person isn't in a cult. There's still, I think if there's enough evidence and behaviors that a group is engaging in that are cultish, then that identifies them as a cult, you know what I mean? Rather than just being your everyday, tribal behavior.
Yep, good stuff, good stuff. To everybody watching now, there's a big audience, 50 people watching. Please hit the like button. If you haven't hit the like, just scroll down under the video a little bit, locate the thumbs up icon, and next to it, there's a dislike. So once you locate the thumbs up icon, make sure that that is highlighted darker than the other one. And if you haven't hit it, well, you must press that button in 3, 2, 1. Now, go ahead and hit that like watching this live or recorded. There's a link how to support, a PayPal link, and there's a super chat, and there is a link to join the Discord server Daily Boom in the description box. Go check it out. And if not, scroll up, and I posted a link like 5 minutes ago. We are joining the Daily Boom Discord server by Al K, Blue Marble Science, All Alem, Brian Peck, Chike, Earth is Live, Farmer's Boy, Snesley Wipes, and Mr. Green. Thank you, everybody, for being here. And I am going to wrap up the show today in 1.5 hours. It's going to be a long show, but not a 3 or 4 hour show. Probably a 2 hour show. I'm going to go watch a movie today after the show. So, gotta go like to the movie theater. I'm going to go watch Morbius, whatever the name is. I heard it's not the best movie, but I still want to see it. So I got the pass, the unlimited pass. So yeah, I'm going. Shit.
Mm-hmm.
It's dude, it's 15 minutes walk from my house to the movie theater. 15 minutes walk, slow walk. The best.
Nice.
Sean Smith, $10 super chat. There you go. I'm already rich. I made money today. That's a big tenner. Testing. Is this thing on? Hello, I'm new. Yeah. There are proponents in flat Earth that do treat their people like they are in a cult, attempting to brainwash and control the people they are around. I 100% agree, man. I can mention the Bev group, the Nathan crew, the 24/7 crew, among many others.
Oh, speaking of the Bev crew, they got porn bombed last night.
Is that what happened?
Ooh, I wonder if they want to blame it on me again, like Nathan Oakley tried to do 6 years ago when he did it to himself because he got his.
What the hell?
Well, yeah, he got his ass wrecked. This is my. I think he really did. So either that or he had someone do it because he got his ass handed to him in one particular show, and he didn't want to leave it up, I guess, because he literally got his ass handed to him. It was in a pretty bad way. He couldn't find the mute button fast enough to shut me up. Yeah, and right after that, boom, he got porn bombed, and what's his name? Fucking, I can't remember. P Mars or some shit like that.
P Mars, yeah.
P Mars.
At the time, he was running around doing that exact type of shit to people, and somehow nobody focused on him. And they started acting like I did it. I never porn bomb anybody in my life. I don't even have any porn on my shit. So I don't even know. That's just
I mean,
ridiculous.
that is like
And I stick to my
impossible to do
principles.
today.
Like I'm not in it to hurt people or you know what I mean, like take their money away and all that bullshit. That's just
I mean,
ridiculous.
somebody's got to be really dumb in order to to show anything porn related on YouTube now. There's so many gates. Like right now, I mean, over here, it would be impossible. Even if anybody attempt to throw a bunch of pornography on my Discord server, it's impossible because I'm not sharing that on the stream. You don't know who the people in this group is. Some of the people. I mean, it's a
Yeah.
bunch of. I mean, you just gotta be smart, bro. If you are dumb, oh, you're gonna be taken advantage of. And I guess, Bev, you were dumb. I guess if you allow that to happen, to
I
go
don't
feed via YouTube.
I don't think he got porn bombed. I was sat there watching telly last night, and I got it on open on my phone. I was listening to what turned out to be the last 10 minutes of his live stream, because obviously they're doing it from Discord, and somebody had come into Discord into the voice chat and was seriously trolling. I don't know who it was. They kept saying, "Oh, I think it's one of the 420 group, whoever that is. I haven't the faintest idea." He was really winding them up something rotten and saying, "Oh, you got you got your Twitch stream taken down because you got your cock out and all the rest of it." And then he just started going off on one and just kept repeating the N word again and again. And you can hear Bev going,
Okay.
Somebody says, "Oh, kick him out," and Bev's going, "I can't kick him out," and then Emma's going, "I can't kick him out either. He's taken over Discord," and wallop, that was the end of the stream. And then I had a quick look again this morning, and it just disappeared. And I think they just shut everything down and then started another stream for an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Okay.
So I don't quite know what happened. So they were obviously they're always inviting people to come in and talk to them. And for whatever reason, this guy got in and started trolling them, and they couldn't kick him out. I don't know. All of a sudden, it's like they'd lost control of their own Discord server.
Dude, I got 4 ways to stop anything to going via YouTube. I can just press the end stream right here in the Streamlabs. I can press the end screen on the actual YouTube stream that I got it on screen on my second screen right here. I can just mute it. I got a hotkey. I press the hotkey to mute everybody. I press the hotkey to just cancel the screen and get to a black screen, to a globe screen that I got. Or I can just press the button to black out the screen or what. I mean, you have to have those. You have to have that available on the tip of your hands and any split second if you want to be successful as for continuing to have a show.
I think when it took them a few seconds to realise that they couldn't shut this guy down, and so they just shut the YouTube stream off, and it's gone. It's this was last night. When I looked this morning, it had gone because I sort of thought, really, who was that guy? And I wanted to see if you could see his name or anything in the Discord server, but. And then eventually at some point today, another stream went up. So I'm guessing that they shut their YouTube stream down, somehow kicked him out of Discord, because you could hear the panic. They were like, "Oh, somebody boot him! I can't boot him!" And yeah, I guess they got rid of him and started a new YouTube stream.
I bet you were laughing your ass off.
Oh God, yeah. You could hear Bev's and Emma's voice.
Oh.
Everybody's going, boot him, quick. They're like, "Oh, I can't boot him. Why won't it boot him?" And then somebody obviously realised, shit, this is still going out on YouTube. Quick, cut it,
Somebody lay on the grenade. I can't find the grenade. Yeah.
No, face towards enemy, like us, But I don't know who the guy was, but yeah, this is what happens when you're desperate for people to come and talk to you in your Discord server so that you can take the piss out of them and rip them apart, which is basically what Bev and those idiots do. They're desperate for somebody to come in so they can go, "Oh, but never leave horizontal."
Well, that's kind of this kind of shit you'll get if you treat people unfairly. They'll come back and do it to you.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, but they just don't see that. And then of course today. 3 or 4 of them had turned up in the voice chat of MC Toon's Discord server because that's one of the only places I think they can go. And then nobody would go in and talk to them because why would you?
Right. I mean, unless you're a dummy.
Yeah, unless your name's Rumpus.
Well, now Essie and Rakia have started frequenting the Geo's server.
Yeah, well, I don't go to that one, so they can do what they like. I don't care.
That one's not so bad. they've been getting some Kosho and some different ballers in there that are basically, being friendly enough to carry on decent conversation. It's a thousand times better than Bev's.
Oh yeah, it is.
I mean, and I like it. It's when there's particular people there, it's a pretty good little spot, actually.
Yeah, it's reasonable sometimes. I mean, the other day, Rakia was in there. He wouldn't shut the hell up. You know.
No.
Other than that, it's not too bad. For some
You
reason,
get
Rakia
that.
likes to talk about personal shit. Him and SC Montreal.
Of course they do.
Yeah.
They are from the
They
Bev.
talk
They are.
about personal
I mean,
shit.
they became kind of one of the link from the Bev crew. It's a shame that's going down on the Bev crew, and that's their main go-to, the drama. The personal life side of things. If it was about the
No, I found a way to diffuse that
behind it,
shit.
okay, go ahead, man.
I'm sorry, brother. I got excited. My bad.
It's all good. It's all good. Go ahead, man.
In a while. Yeah, I found a way to kind of diffuse that shit, by focusing on the things that we can question together instead of me, like always pointing out that I don't agree, because that's if you don't agree, you don't always have to say you don't agree. Sometimes just I carry on with the conversation. I understand where his worldview is. I let them know where my worldview is, and then we'll just keep talking with each other instead of at each other. In a lot of cases, it's turned around like.
But Green, they have a tactic that they say, well, X person mentioned this, and this is their argument. What do you think about it? And whatever you say, they're gonna go back to X person. They say, well, X person say this, therefore either you're wrong or X person is wrong. And whatever you say, they go,
That's a
well,
good
X
question.
person. X person say they're gonna go to that one specific character of people. They want to talk about the person to discredit them and do all these, all this kind of other shit non-related to the topic. They want to talk about the people and not the topic. You know what I mean?
Well,
Right,
yeah,
and I
because
know-
they're coming from a different place, a different axiom, right? Because, like, the ballers, they're coming from a place of trust, and the flat earthers are coming from a place of distrust. So they're behaving differently about the information that comes around. That's expected, So one of them saying, well, he says all of this, but look at his character. He wants to do that because he believes he's from a place of distrust. So he wants to look at the person's character, find out more about this. If it's a lie, kind of coming from that axiom, the conspiracy side. So, and then the other side is like, well, it comes from a place of trust. He doesn't need to. He's not asking about his own people's character. You know what I mean? So that's why you'll have these character arguments, I think. You got to just, help a person who isn't trusting. Usually it's because they've been hurt in the past or whatever, or they believe they've been hurt. You know what I mean? So you kind of got to treat them like they've been hurt, and support that a little bit to have a conversation. You don't expose it and then pour salt on it. I mean, unless you're trying to get that kind of a reaction. And that's kind of what I see a lot of. That people, we're all like humans, dude. We're just monkeys with other people. We fuck with them. When the other monkey's fucking with somebody, we'll fuck with them too, because we want to be friends with the other monkey, the alpha monkey, the tougher monkey. It's the same shit, dude. We're all doing it. We just got to recognize it more often. Maybe not be so monkey-like.
Monkey fucking, not exactly where I thought I'd see this one.
But who am I to talk, right? I'll be the first one to jump bad on somebody's ass about something. So, I just recognize it, though. I know I do it.
Well, I mean, it depends who you're talking to as well.
Oh, yeah, that's true. I'm more
how
patient with people.
underhanded and how TV frustrating or whatever they tend to be with you. That's what I tend to
You're right.
think
I
is that-
tend to bully the bullies, don't I? And I'm fucking nice to the people who don't do the attacking and shit. That's why some people can't understand it. They're like, what are you talking about? Grim is a sweetheart. And other people are like, what are you talking about? He's a fucking monster vampire. He's gonna energy vampire your ass. You know?
I mean, when I was doing the channel and engaging with people in comments, there's loads of insults and kind of corny, like sort of jokey insults and stuff like that as well. But as I always said, it was a simple rule. I'll treat you as you behave. So if you've been an arsehole, I'm just going to treat you like one and I'm going to call you one.
Yeah.
Some people don't like you here. You're not very fan friendly over here, Mr. Green.
Hell no. That's not my goal though. I mean, you know, I'm like a mirror, basically. Whatever you're fucking giving at me, I'll reflect it back. And it might be a funhouse mirror. So it's going to come back in different sizes and shapes, and you're not going to expect exactly what's happening to you. I mean, you know, if I'm trying to make myself sound good. But that's okay. I mean, I like enough of you to make up for whoever doesn't like me. I like some of the people in here, I bet you, that think I don't like them.
Right. What if I say that the ones don't like you are flat earthers? Will that surprise you?
A little bit. Right? Because a lot of flat earthers who actually know me see me as more of an ally to alternative thinking than an enemy to the flat earth. Does that make sense?
Right. I need to address this. I heard in the Vines that Rakia accused me of encouraging doxing. That is a lie. If Rakia say that, there's no evidence of me saying that in any of my shows, on my live streams, in my server. There's no evidence whatsoever of me encouraging anybody of doxing. I actually despise the doxing. I always mention, when I mention the things that are a no to do, are doxing is one of them. The strong ones that are nobody should do. Now, Rakia say that because he is a lying.
Did this guy say?
Shut the fuck up. Rakia probably say that because Rakia is a lying piece of shit. Worthless human being, drama maker, snowflake. No, it's just a. I'm not gonna say an animal because an animal got instincts. Rakia is just something. Whatever he is not worth it to mention him. So because Rakia lies, that doesn't mean it's true. Thank you very much. I'm done. Sorry for shutting you the fuck up, but I needed to get it out. You took me off the track, man.
I didn't hear that. Sorry, I didn't even hear you talking. I'm trying to. I just had to go out and come back in. Hello.
So Jose, I agree
Yeah,
with
I hear
you. I don't condone doxing. I do remember him saying something about you and encouraging doxing, which obviously was a lie. But also on the other hand, there was an incident of doxing that I find truly despising, and it was done by somebody on our side actually. I'm not going to mention any names. I'm pretty sure everyone was aware if anyone was in the in Geo's server when we were discussing it. But yeah, there was an incident of doxing that I found was truly disgusting.
I'm not testing. 1, 2.
I hear you. I heard evil. I hear you now.
Oh, good. What was I thinking? You were talking and you just cut off to me a minute ago, and I think I was saying, was this guy saying? Was this the same person that were you reading from somebody just now, or a minute ago, or whatever?
A minute ago, yeah. The Rakia say I encourage doxing, which is a lie because he's a piece of shit liar.
Oh, about you. Oh, okay.
Yeah. He say that I encourage that, and every time that I mention the doxing, I say that's a big no. That's not again. That's not YouTube friendly. Nobody should do it. So I don't know why he say that. I say it maybe because he's a compulsive liar and a snowflake and a drama maker. Blue.
Yeah, I've never heard you promote doxing at all. I thought you were reading a super chat from someone else who was saying that Rakia was blaming them for doxing. So I was like, and then you clipped right off for me. So my bad. Yeah, I just played back to YouTube and I heard that I got yelled at. Fuck you, man! Yell at me like that.
Jose, let me ask you a question real quick. How do you feel about somebody finding out someone's address and taking a picture of the front of their house and posting it in a live stream?
That is against not only YouTube rules and regulations, is also against the law.
Absolutely, I agree. So the person that did this, I will not associate with that person anymore.
Oh, no.
I was defending this person, and it turned out what was said was actually true. So now I will no longer associate with this person.
That's fair, yeah, and we don't need any more details. It is fair.
Right.
I don't even want to know who or what or when. As long as it doesn't affect me directly and I don't know about it, I'm okay with everybody,
I'm kind of 50-50 about that. If somebody is guilty of that, shouldn't other people know so they know where to make that decision as well, that it's somebody they want to associate with?
It's up to you. Yeah, what do you think? It's up to you. I actually gonna mute and you guys talk about it. I don't worry about it. Go ahead.
I was just going to say as well, if a flat earther doxed somebody, then we wouldn't be shy about saying that the flat earther doxed somebody and who that flat earther was that was guilty of it. So, isn't it technically a form of protection to keep that person anonymous when you know?
No, okay, this was not a flat earther.
That's my point.
Oh.
So if it was a flat earther, would you protect their identity if they were guilty of doxing and doing what he said?
Because I know the people involved, I'm not going to divulge any names. Anybody who was in the stream knows who I'm talking about, so I'm not going to, go into who exactly it was.
I'm not saying you have to. I'm just asking the question of, like...
What you're saying is, if it was a flat earth, I'm sorry, if it was a flat earther that did the doxing, would I divulge the name? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a good question.
Just say, yeah.
Hold on, let me go back on mute.
I'm in a bad environment. I'm going to head in as well.
Yeah, you're breaking up too. Ow.
All right, there's some people interested in the chat, like Ranty and others. Who did that? Who is the doxer? Now, I don't know. It is what it is. As long as nobody get doxed in this channel, because that will not allow that. If anybody wanna use YouTube names in order to do whatever you guys are doing and you want to do it, it's up to you. But let's not use specifics and let's not use personal information about anybody on this channel, please.
How does this sound now compared to a minute ago?
It is crackly. You get a little crackling with the background there.
Yeah, the headset's probably largely responsible, to be fair. Just that I was outside a second ago, so it's just to see.
Still the same. Still crackly.
Okay, I'll go and find different options.
Interestingly,
it's better when you talk louder.
Sorry, all right, let's hear Blue. Blue, what are your thoughts, man?
Yeah, interestingly enough, Nokia claims that you and I and other content creators, or whatever you want to call us, have been sending people into his YouTube or to his server to promote all kinds of mayhem and what have you, which is pretty fucking silly.
Yeah, I never done that.
I'm not very successful at sending my dog out in the backyard, much less sending anybody on the other side of the planet into an internet chat.
Yeah, I
don't
know.
what he thinks
I
I'm
don't do
doing.
that. I don't have to do that for anything. If I want people to go somewhere, I want people to come over here. I send people a link. If you find me on Discord, some people send me a friend request on Discord. Hey, these people say hi. Oh, okay. Hey, you're on my server. Go ahead, join. That's it. I don't communicate to anybody about a third person. I don't talk about people privately online. If I talk about somebody, I do it right here live on my shows. So what you get, yeah, right now. That what you get is what it is. You know.
Testing.
Like about you,
Hey,
you're always upfront about that shit.
Yeah, man, it is what it is. You know. And I hold myself back. I want to say so much more, but I just hold myself back. So what you get is what you get. I don't do differently when I'm offline, which I'm barely offline talking to people. Maybe in the after shows a little bit over here, and we chat a little bit, 5 or 10 minutes. I usually bail quickly after the show. So
Yeah.
Well, oddly enough, and just to be clear now, everyone that's hearing this, you're listening to Blue. My advice to you is to do the exact opposite. Do not go to Bev's channel. Don't go to his YouTube. Stay out of his Discord. That is one of the most toxic places on the internet right now. My advice, Bev, is exactly the fucking opposite to what you said.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, don't they realize that, we know that any publicity is good publicity, so we're not gonna send anyone over there if we don't want to promote your shit.
yeah,
That's a
We
fact.
won't go over there and click on it ourselves even once. Like, you can look at my YouTube history. I've never once clicked on any of it. Have fun. Look at my history.
let me do
It'll
a
piss
quick.
you off. I paid no attention. No fucks given. Sorry, let me just, one last thing.
Yeah.
Check your vitamin D levels, guys. Thank you.
Quick side comment. Off topic. Nestle wipes. Holy shit, man! Thank you very much. He actually sent me $50 on PayPal. Dude, that's a big chunk of money, brother. But there's a comment, and I must reiterate this. George Soros, I repeat, George Soros asked me to send you this to you, Jose. Nestle wipes. Thank you very much, brother. Boom! Dude, that helps a lot, man. That did
Yeah.
I
help.
do like the Snizzly White
Well,
Candy.
all the George Soros money that has to get split up between all of them.
I'm telling you, man. Yeah, I very appreciate that, man. Big time. No one cares, they say, about what you're saying, Mr. Grimm. No one cares.
I don't even care. How about that?
I know, man.
It is very strange to see Bev now trying to get funds to increase his security system on his home. Like, really? Who's he been pissing off now? Does he really think that anybody outside of the Flat Earth community is actually going to physically go to his house, wherever the fuck it is, and threaten him? I mean, it's either a scam just to get money for something else, or he's so fucking paranoid.
Yeah. Dude, I mean, myself, I find myself so close always to give my address to put it out there on YouTube, which a lot of people do have my address. And before I actually moved to this place, and just when I actually moved and I was fixing my place, I showed the address, I show everything on Google Maps, seeing it from Street View, like, hey, this is a cool place. Look at that. We got a mall over here, 15 minutes walk. We got these places, and I showed, but that's in my old channel. I'm kind of glad I did, because I don't want to just some random people just stop pulling by and say, like, who the fuck is he? I'm right here in the Porsche. Some random dudes pull by, and I don't know who the fuck they are, So it was kind of a good choice not to go get crazy, on giving my address. Now, people tell me, get yourself a P.O. box. People might send you stuff, but I mean, I looked that up. I mean, I cannot have that extra monthly payment of, if it's 15 or 20 bucks. I might not have it for next month. The 15 or 20 bucks are going to lose the P.O. box. So I don't even know if that's even worth it,
Yeah. So
Well,
a flat earther threatened to kill me the other day, right? So I gave him my GPS coordinates and a compass to ensure my safety.
He'll never find you. Yep,
Well,
you're,
Let me,
you're 100% safe.
okay, let's Blue. What do you think about the address and PO box?
Oh, yeah, I agree. I don't need anything like that, and I wouldn't spend the money on it either. But Bev used two excuses for this money that he's e-begging.
Yeah.
He said he needed a better security system for his house to protect his family, but he also said he needs a better computer with better security on it. And then mysteriously, I'm sure it was just a coincidence, he got porn bombed. I'm not saying there's any connection
Yeah, I
between
see a
those two
pattern
things.
there, man.
I'm
A
not saying there's
sympathy.
any connection there, but just seems sort of curious to me.
And I'm not saying that there's absolutely no chance of a connection either.
Well, it's
Oh,
interesting.
nor am I.
I know.
When you read the second paragraph of this, GoFund thing, Give, Send, Go, it's called. Due to recent events and the intimidation tactics within the community, I feel the threat against me should be recorded. And for this, a security camera on the outside of my house, an upgraded computer for the continued progress of the Try Thinking YouTube channel would be extremely useful. Really? So you think that there are people here in the UK who are actually going to try and track down where you live and physically, in reality, go and threaten you in your home? You fucking whack job. Really?
That's just disillusions, man.
What he's actually after? He's after $2,500 to get himself a new
Delusional.
PC and some software, isn't he?
Well,
that's what he's trying to get. He's trying to get £2,500, and so far he's got 515.
I just want to show.
Yeah.
I want to show you a comparison, right? I bought me a $20 Turtle Beach headset. $20 old school
Yeah.
Turtle Beach headset. It was $20, and it's the one I'm using right now. I'm fucking happy with it. My
It's so
voice is
clear.
heard on YouTube. That's it. Yeah, I can hear well. I can speak well through it. But let's compare to the how many $1,000 for speakers for Oakley. There you go.
Yeah.
And then a security camera. Well, I was lucky enough that I got an email of a random vendor of China, and they say, "Hey, we got a few new products. You want to test my product for free?" I say, "How that works?" Well, if you want this product, we'll PayPal you the money and you buy it, and then you just review it. I said, like, yeah, I'll do that. And what is it? A fucking big, good ass camera, security camera for the front of my house for free. And if I wanted to buy it, it would be $45, which is not a big deal. And that is fantastic. I got a mini SD card on it, and in my phone, anywhere I am, I can look at the camera on my phone. It's a 360, looks around it, and I can speak through it, and people can speak to the camera, and I can hear them on my phone. It's perfect. Happy. I don't need thousands of dollars for that. $45, $50. That will cover it.
Yo, Jose, I've been trying to look for that. I remember you talking about that.
Yeah, I got it. I gotta send you the link, man. I'll do that later today, definitely. Because I'm happy with the camera. I am.
The
And
thing
got
that
good night vision. Sorry, go ahead, man.
it's okay. I mean, I was just going to say the thing I remember about Bev's thing when I read it the other day is something that always just pisses me off is using his child's name.
Yes.
For sympathy. I fucking hate people that do that shit.
And I quote, "My son, the inspiration for the channel and the entire ethos behind the Try Thinking name, is both the reason for me being here and the reason for me needing to protect my family and hopefully build a future for him." So there you go.
I mean, it's just gross pandering,
Yeah.
And he does it. He's done it in the past. Whenever he gets caught out, like when he had the photograph and he wasn't happy about what was happening with his photograph. He's like, "Oh, I never took the photograph. My son took it." He uses him as
That's
an
right,
excuse.
He threw him under the wheels, didn't he? It wasn't me. It was my lad.
It's not. It's just a tool that's being used.
Yeah.
It's a.
My suggestion is, Bev, if you're listening, how about you just go and get a job as a surveyor, since you're so experienced in surveying?
No, he can't, because you see, he's a carer.
Oh, right.
That's his full-time job. He's a carer when he's not live streaming for 9 hours through the night on YouTube.
Right.
Who would have been the next day?
May I suggest that someone find another topic?
Yes. Good idea. I'll second that motion.
I suggest as much as there is you can say, I feel like you end up making the mistake of going down the rabbit hole, and it's like, you're just talking about a person constantly.
Yeah.
Now this image, I got an image up on screen share, or if you're watching on YouTube, you should be able to see it. Earth is alive. This is a good picture, man. Just a random picture of some woody mountainous area. You say like, oh, all right, I can kind of see over there. Let me take a picture. Dude, really good. Look at that. You kind of see the whole thing, the horizon over there in the background, the buildings. What you got here, man?
Yeah, I'm actually I'm walking right now with a weighted vest. I'm just kind of working out, and I climbed up this little where I live. It's like a crater, and there's like a mountain next to it. So I kind of climbed up it and took a snapshot.
You live on the moon?
No.
Oh, okay.
I wish.
Just checking.
Yeah, well,
yeah, really cool.
Where you are is kind of known for things like craters, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know that there was a way to get up to where I was at, and as I'm walking, there's like a road that was previously closed off. So I turned up this road, and I thought I was able to get up to almost to the top, and you can see all the way out to the horizon, up to the water.
And this is your camera phone. Is this your phone camera? Okay, yeah, fantastic.
Is that sorry? Is that you just zooming in, or
that's me? I'm doing click.
Jesus,
if I click on the image, boop, it will magnify it. That's it. It's a high quality image. Yeah, man.
Cool shit.
Really cool. Really clear.
By the way, Jose, I'm still waiting on that video rendering it.
Oh, okay. Ah, you did, yeah. You adjusted it a little bit. That's good.
Yeah, I did an intro bit and then snipped it, like hardly any. I just snipped it a couple of bits because see when we were like preparing and you were saying, okay, how do you want to play this?
Right. No, yeah. That's fair.
I listened back to it. It sounds like the two of us are just talking past each other and I'm being a fucking idiot.
I know. My brain was somewhere when I was like here. I was looking around and I was reading the chat. I wasn't in it. And then I got in the groove. I got into the more of a focus. Yeah. In the beginning, I was just woohoo somewhere else.
I don't think either one of us was better than the other there, but like I just thought that was just pointless, so I could just cut it, so it just looks like you've went straight to playing the clips,
Yeah, man. Sound good.
I was thinking about cutting out the last bit where it changes and Barry comes in and stuff like that, but I felt like it actually served the purpose of backing up everything that was said, so I kept it in and said that,
I agree with that, yeah.
But you imagine how long it must take to render a 4-hour-long video.
Oh yeah, it does.
Oh fucking hell!
I can. One time I put a 10-hour squeaky earth, together, and I had to render that shit
for 3 days.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh man.
So I never made it all the way to the end of that. Did Barry come in and basically just validate everything that you'd said?
Oh, it was brilliant because it started off in the chat, but he carried it over when he came in and he started talking about Apparent Horizons and Black Swan.
Right, yeah.
And we'd literally been, amongst other things, been talking about how they learn their memes from their gurus and parrot the information and whatever, and used that specific example at one point, Black Swan.
And he does the metaphorical, hold my beer.
Basically, aye.
Outstanding. I must go back and listen to that at some point then. Brilliant.
Yeah.
What? I don't want to keep talking about it, obviously, because you're trying to move on and all that shit, but it was a good... I agree, in general, that it worked out better doing it that way, in a way, because it was good to have the discussion part of it, which obviously wouldn't have existed if I'd just done the video.
Yeah, indeed. Exactly.
So I'm quite glad it actually went that way, to be fair.
Yeah, it would have taken a lot longer. Maybe the discussion could be had in your channel via the comment section. It would have taken a year probably to get the back and forth, to get the whole context, of you talking past each other, Yeah.
And timing wise, the fact that you had, yourself, Sean G, Babs, whatever. Like,
Oh yeah, right.
if you go back a couple of years, there would have been less people that have come out of Flat Earth to either take part or talk about it after. So
Yep.
I suppose it actually been a beneficial thing in a way.
True.
We'll see how it goes. See if it picks up any more views on my channel, because obviously there's going to be a certain amount of people that don't watch your show.
Different audience, yeah.
I don't know. I just don't know who's going to, watch anything on my channel, since I've not put it up for ages. But we'll see.
Yeah, but people will out of nowhere receive a notification. Well, okay, put a video. See on the title, you put a catchy thumbnail, put a good title. Let me click on it and see it, and yeah, people will watch it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
Notification. I'll give it a view.
Just leave it running in the background.
No, I will actually watch, because I was at work, so I missed it, and I've sort of caught up on some of it, but not all of it, because you get up and think, right, what have I missed? And there's only so many YouTube videos you can watch in any one sitting.
Right.
So.
Yeah, and 4 hours is a lot of time. Yeah.
Yes.
But as I say, it's got about an hour and a half left on rendering, and then it'll take a wee bit to upload and whatever, so it'll be later on the night by the time it actually gets up onto YouTube.
Right. Yeah, because it will take a while to upload also.
Yep.
Yeah, good, man. Times.
I don't know. I thought I'd just mention it in passing that there was another Blue Origin launch today.
Blue Origin? Okay.
Yeah, the Jeff Bezos, rather phallically shaped rocket and capsule that sort of goes up a bit and hangs around and comes back down again.
Right.
I started watching it and I thought, oh, I'm bored
with like random people on it.
I don't know. I don't know who they were. I just happened to see that it was launching, and I thought, oh, I'll watch it take off, and it takes off and it separates. It's like, yeah, whatever. Even I was bored with it.
All right.
Because it doesn't even get in orbit, does it? It's just a suborbital. Technically, we're in space. We're in zero G.
Higher altitude parabolic, flight
exactly.
thing,
Yeah,
which is cool. It's higher altitude, but still, it's nothing too fresh on you.
Yeah, they've crossed the Kármán line. Technically, they're in space, but whatever. It's not. It's a clever bit of kit, and you watch it land itself like SpaceX do. You think, yeah, but like I say, even I gave up and got bored. But I just thought I'd mention it just in case anybody was vaguely interested.
Right. Good times, man.
Don't think anything else much has happened, to be honest.
I maybe every other week I listen to the Oakley show when it goes live, right? Today was the day that I was listening to it for a little bit. And there was this he said he was drunk guy talking about something that the Globebusters, what's the term that they use instead of gravity? Something electromagnetic, something. There's a term they use.
Yeah. Oh God.
Dialectic, something. I don't know. It's something with magnetism type of thing. And there was this guy. He said, like, yeah, but in the Cavendish experiment, they didn't account for this. So therefore, and Nathan Oakley was, whoa, but the Cavendish is not an experiment. They're bullshit. So Nathan Oakley points say, like, no, you cannot argue that electromagnetism when they talk about gravity, because gravity doesn't exist, and they're giving you a dichotomy. That was Nathan points say they're giving you a dichotomy. It's either gravity or what you are saying, which is electromagnetism. So they still gonna have a globe. They're still gonna have a globe, but it's either gravity or the other thing. So you don't just give him the argument. You just tell him no. Oakley telling this guy how to behave and how to make his argument with the electromagnetism thing. He said you just don't talk to them because you tell them that gravity doesn't exist and Cavendish is not an experiment and blah blah. The bullshit. And I go like, what the hell, man? Can he have a normal conversation with this guy and tell him what's wrong with his electromagnetism? Not that I agree with, But Nathan Oakley shot that guy down, the flat earther, and he started kind of, in a wishy-washy way, attacking the Globebusters crew. That's why some flat earthers, and they shun me from their community because I tell them that that's not science and it's not an experiment, and they don't have to argue like that. Weird to listen to since a few weeks that I haven't heard them people talking about it.
That's his script, that's his spiel, that's how he sells himself, isn't it? So
he can't afford it. He and QE cannot afford to have people putting things in their own words. They need it repeated word for word, exactly the way it was written by QE and Nathan.
Yeah,
they're terrified that one of their guys is going to make a mistake of some sort.
Yeah,
well, they've already made a mistake. They're listening to Oakley, but
yeah, he don't want the argument. He don't want any of the guys that participate in the show to argue with the Globers. They say, no, you got to stop and you got to tell him like this. This is no science, and you got to tell him why, and that's it, period. There's no argument. That's his point. He doesn't want the debate. He doesn't want the argument.
We've seen it before in QE's, telling people if you're going to sort of argue this whole flat Earth thing, this is the approach you've got to take. These are the arguments you've got to make. You've got to stick to the script. Got to. If you veer away from the script, then he'll tear you a new one.
If that's not cult-like behavior, I don't know what is.
Precisely. You've got to stick to the key tenets of the faith, and that is it. And if anybody dares go off script, you're in trouble.
You see what happens to Arwen every time he does.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look, Truth Nurse say, Globebusters made a video recently about, and I quote, incoherent electromagnetic disequilibrium. Holy fuck.
Well, it's incoherent. I'll give them that much, yeah. Electromagnetic it's a fucking disequilibrium again. That's a financial term.
All right, who's this guy on screen right here? Whoever is watching my stream. They say he got right here. After 355 days aboard the ISS, astronaut Mark Van de Hey returned to Earth a changed man. So this guy was up in the ISS 355 days. That was almost a full year, man.
Yes.
What changed?
Did you notice the discrimination?
Did he do a transit of Venus? Bad joke.
Did you notice the discrimination? He's the only one that had to wear a mask. The Russian astronauts didn't.
Didn't they?
So this guy, what? Anybody know what changed? He came back as changed, man. Is he a woman now? Really?
Well, when he went up, his name was Sheila. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I think the main thrust of it is that's I think that's the longest continuous.
Mentally a change.
I'm sure he changed mentally. I mean, he went up to the ISS and came down 355 days later. So he was just shy of being up there a complete year in one go.
Well, to be fair,
sure physically his bone
density would have decreased, and he'll be a bit taller.
Yes. Yes, and it'll no doubt take him quite a while to get used to walking again and sitting down, because they can't walk up there and they can't sit down. Apparently, it's one of their biggest complaints that they can't sit down.
I got a paragraph here to read. Dizziness is the result, and this can again cause some nausea. He continued. These are quotes from him. You also feel immediate pressure in your head as if you were laying down head first on an incline. At this point, because gravity is no longer pulling fluid into your lower extremities, it rises into your torso. Over the next few days, your body will eliminate about 2 liters of water to compensate, and your brain learns to ignore your balance system. Your body equilibrates with the environment over the next several weeks.
I presume he's talking about when you first go up to the ISS.
Right.
When you start living in zero gravity as we call it. Of course,
Mm.
yeah, it takes
Right,
your body a
going.
little while to adapt to it, and then you have exactly the opposite problem when you come back down to Earth. He's been up there for a year. His body is used to being in 0G for a year, and now it comes back down to Earth. Oh, bloody hell, what's that? Yes, it's this thing called gravity. Good luck.
So the bones, the kidney, issues with the kidney, the bones, anemia, space anemia is another term.
Yeah.
A bunch of shit, eh?
Yeah, there's all sorts of things. I mean, as people are staying up there longer and longer, they're doing these studies and finding out just what long-term life in space does to the body. Because obviously we haven't evolved to live in space. We've had several million years to evolve down here in 1G and the atmosphere and all the rest of it. So yeah, it does a lot to the human body.
And that's him. That's Mark Van de Hey. Oh, hi, Mark.
Yeah, 55. And he has spent in total, apparently, 523 days in space.
He's got space dementia. Dementia, is that true? C4 say it must be true.
No, but I tell you, so have you seen the news? Somebody who is starting to suffer. Poor old Bruce Willis.
Yeah, I read a headline that he quit
Yeah.
for health reasons.
Apparently, the last few films he's been working on, he's been having problems, and they've been having to do all sorts of things to sort of help him through the process. And I think he's finally said, "That's it, can't do this anymore," which I find a little sad. That must be a nasty way to go, slowly losing your faculties like that.
There's a clip of the whole crew over there on the SS when he was. I'm playing that right now. Mute it. Yeah. I put audio
On Wednesday before boarding the capsule for their return to Earth. NASA's Mark Vande Hei, who had completed his second ISS mission, logged a U.S. space endurance record of 355 consecutive days in orbit, surpassing the previous 340-day record set by astronaut Scott Kelly in 2016.
Touchdown. Touchdown confirmed at 6:28 a.m. Central Time.
Why couldn't Mad
Eastern
Mike land
Time,
like that, man?
5:28 p.m. at the landing site. And NASA astronaut Mark Vande Hei now out of the Soyuz spacecraft.
Vande Hei smiled and waved as rescuers removed him from the capsule and medics checked his vital signs. Russia's space agency chief wrote on Telegram, quote, "The crew is feeling good after landing." The flight carrying Vande Hei and Russians Anton Shkaplerov and Pyotr Dubrov had been closely watched to determine whether escalating tensions between the two former Cold War adversaries on Earth
He parachuted all the way down, say Biggest, from the ISS.
had spilled over into long-time cooperation in space.
Oh man, that's funny.
Yeah, do you know how good
Russia
parachutes
included
work in
high-tech
space?
export restrictions aimed
Yeah,
at
they
degrading
don't.
its rivals' aerospace industry. Russia's space agency chief responded that his country would no longer supply or service Russian-made rocket engines to two NASA contractors. NASA, for its part, has said that U.S. and Russian ISS crew members were well aware of events on Earth, but were working professionally together without tension. The three who returned Wednesday were replaced by 3 Russian cosmonauts who joined the ISS earlier this month, joining 3 Americans and 1 German in orbit.
Oh, yes, I
go.
saw that crew go up, and they were wearing, instead of the all-white space, wearing bright yellow and blue spacesuits. Now, these are Russian cosmonauts wearing yellow colours, which I thought was a touch.
I don't know what to make of that, because I think that if it was some kind of support, they would never have made it onto the rocket. It's not like they can sneak that stuff in, you know?
Yeah.
I'm so glad. No, you get. I'm so glad there was no people in the top of this bus, in the second floor of this bus, in this
There
struggle bus.
There have been people on the top floor of double deckers when that's happened.
Oh fuck, man, that's ugly.
You'd be surprised how much that happens, particularly over here in the UK, because a lot of these low bridges they have signs, they have flashing signs because they have radar systems to detect if a high vehicle's coming, and people still drive into them. You know, they could make it more obvious. If you keep going, you're going to hit the bridge. Crunch.
That's ridiculous.
So he spent 523 days in total in space on 2 missions, and 26 hours and 42 minutes of that was actually in space on spacewalks. That's pretty cool.
In the next 10 seconds, I give you 10 seconds, Farmer Boy. You cannot tell me how many seconds he was in outside the ISS. It's not true. 9.
I can only give you hours and minutes.
7, 6.
26 hours, 42 minutes.
4, 3.
7 seconds. I'm sorry, Wikipedia doesn't have it in seconds.
That's fucked up. Let me ask you a very difficult question. I give you a very small amount of time so I can deny it at the end.
42. There you go. It must have been 42 seconds as well, because that is the answer to the ultimate question. So yeah, 42. I don't know. Who cares?
It is hot out here in Florida today. 80 degrees.
We've had all 4 seasons today here in the UK. It's been bright and sunny. It's been wet and miserable, and we've had snow. I've had snow here at least 3 times today. It's just taking the piss. Oh, oh bloody hell! It's snowing again. Look at the state of that. Ah. Dear.
All right, we got Doofus Manfrey. Doofus Manfrey. What do you think, man? What's on your mind?
Not much on my mind right now. Just
you've been chosen. You've been chosen, man, to be put in the spot. Go ahead.
I'm put in the spot. Yeah, not much on my mind right now. I'm just going to make some food for some kids right now.
Okay, by kids you mean you're cooking for the beef tarts? But then.
No, it's hot dogs and cheese today.
Good, good. Who's messing with the microphone over there? Doing?
Sorry, I'd unplugged half of my mic. I thought, why can't I hear anybody? Oh, because I just unplugged it.
I was literally just about to ask, is that me?
No, that was me. Because I turned around to take a photo of the snow.
I spent a couple of days, a couple of days back it was roasting. I spent a couple of days clearing out the deck and arranging all the furniture, got the parasol out, all that kind of stuff, and then it started pissing with snow.
Yeah.
I want to do a test now because flat earthers and a lot of people that join with the phone, they actually do have a lot of issues on connecting, right? So I'm going to switch devices. I'm going to connect on my Android phone. It's a cheap Android phone. It's not this big advanced phone. I'm going to see how they sound for you guys. And I'm not going to use any headphones. I'm going to use the regular speakers on the phone for me to listen. You guys have to tell me how is the feedback, how is my voice sounding. I just want to do this to see when somebody's using the phone to see if I can help them. So I'm going to probably disconnect because I'm using the same account on my phone. Here we go.
I seem to recall you did a test kind of like this already once, Jose, and you couldn't replicate the Brian Leakey effect.
The Brian Leakey effect.
Gonna get it. Whoop whoop. Check 1 2. Check 1 2.
Hello.
Hello.
Do you hear yourself? I mean, I'm going to continue talking and say something over me to see if you hear yourself as a feedback. So when I continue talking, then you tell me if you heard it.
Yeah, I don't think I heard it. What did you hear, Farmers?
What was I supposed to hear?
I don't know.
Me talking over him, coming through him.
Morning.
I think there was something.
Right now, do you hear a lot of background noise?
Just a little
When
bit of
you're
static
talking,
when the
yes.
mic tape.
Yeah, when your mic's open, yes, there's a lot of background noise.
Well, how good is my mic? Because I know mine sounds like shit.
Yours isn't actually that bad at the moment. It's better than it usually is.
Right now it's really windy over here. I don't have any push to talk. I just got the voice activated, and I'm speaking maybe 4 inches from my mic, so I'm holding it close to my face, and I'm talking normally. I'm not yelling, shouting. So I guess that when I'm
sounds good.
speaking, the background noise come through, or not too bad.
It's
That's
That
great.
sounds pretty good.
it's not too bad. I mean, it's obviously, you know, you're on a different device, a different mic. It does sound a little rougher, but it's perfectly fine.
Yep, sounds great.
Yeah.
Okay,
Probably
good,
sounds
good.
better.
So there's no excuses, you know, for some people to, oh, I'm on my phone. I mean, if they are in a really noisy place, okay, like right now, with my own ears, it's really loud around me. So if you guys don't hear that loud background noise, I think it's fucking excellent, you know.
I did catch a little bit of the wind in the background, but it's really not that bad. It's not the leaky effect.
Right. Now, if I want to be Brian Leakey, yo guys, hey, what's going on? Hey, what happened? Hey, ¿qué pasó?
Yeah.
Was that good?
And what doesn't help that he's usually, when he's doing that, he's walking around, isn't he? Because you can hear him. You can hear him
Hyperventilating, yeah.
Yes.
As he got the mic, he probably got the phone like really close to his mouth, so you can hear him breathe. And as he breathes, he opened the mic for all the background noise to come through. That's what he's talking about. Yeah.
What? Yeah, and it's when he's taking each step, you can hear the step in his voice because it ripples up from where you step and it gets into his voice.
Yeah.
All right. Just wanted to test that. I'll go back to the laptop then. Thank you, guys.
So it's kind of like this. You know what? I put my string down, and the sun it split the string. So I mean, what I'm saying is you can't have parallel sun rays, and the sun being 19 million miles away. You just can't have it.
Now, I will say, Jose, if you're going to use a phone, I've got a really odd setup. I've got a USB it's earbuds with an inline mic, and that works really well, even when I'm on a phone. But if you turn off speakerphone mode and hold it like a regular phone and have a conversation that way, that also works excellently, even when somebody's trying to overtalk you.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah, that sounds good. Yep. Yeah, like right now, I'm just back to my laptop, to my little headset.
Yeah.
I bet this sounds a lot better.
Yes.
You can even, I guess if you've got a USB-C jack on your phone, get a USB-C to USB-A. If you want to plug that headset directly into your phone, although that would be odd, you could do that.
Yeah, I think I could do that. I'm gonna try that. Yeah, let me connect this because I can plug it in directly from. I'm gonna take it off from the laptop and connect it on my phone and do the test. I'm switching. I'm on it. Okay, and I'm gonna go to the device. I'm gonna unplug this and plug it here. Here we go. Oh, but I have a problem. I got to mute. Oh no, yeah. I was gonna say I'm gonna have an issue because I'm gonna hear the PC, but I'm disconnected there. Did you guys hear me?
Yes.
I can hear you now.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
And how is the sound? Slightly different?
A little bit, but
good.
not really.
It's a little.
No, it's about the same.
Yeah.
Close to the.
So you know what I noticed a few times when I listened back to some of your shows, when I had my camera on, it wasn't using the my plugged in microphone. It was using the microphone from the camera, which sounds terrible.
Right. And the background noise from my end, you hear it better or not too bad?
No, I can hear
I
quite a
just
lot.
heard somebody's voice in the background. Somebody walking by you.
Neighbors, across the street talking. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, so it might be a bit sensitive, but otherwise it sounds good.
Okay. Echo something. Let me enable voice suppression. All right. I clicked on something. Tell me about the background noise now.
Yeah, that'll cut out squeaky earth if you have noise suppression on.
Right. Yeah, I know. But for my phone, it will work. It will catch less background noise as I'm not talking. You heard I'm talking or not?
Are they talking right now? Because no.
Yeah, they were talking as they were. So let me take the noise suppression off. It's off. All right, driving back. No, they decided to shut up now.
Of course.
That's how it happens.
Well, but I just wanted to test. So actually, because I'm used to this headset, is like it's like made for my head. It's like a part of me now. So if I maybe every once in a while, if I want to use my phone, I can just walk around and.
I think the only time we could hear them was when you were talking.
Good. All right, good looking at. I'm a switch.
Yeah, cell phones actually often include their own noise suppression algorithm, and Discord is behind that. So you might be dealing with two separate noise suppression algorithms if you turn them both on, but I don't think it'll make it much worse.
Sean Smith says that I better be careful because Androids have well-known issues with voice when we're talking about flat Earth. The derp level overloads the circuits. Thank you for the information, Sean.
Sounds legit.
Yep, does.
Yeah, I don't know why a lot of people don't know how to deal with their phones when using Discord. Very strange. It's the easiest thing to do, you know.
Yeah.
As FTFE and several others, flirts, as they say, flirts can't tech.
No, we can't.
I don't know what they're trying to do. Try to do too much when you just got it. Just the most simple thing, just connect and talk. You know, you don't have to add any extra gadgets, mess too much with the settings or not.
I'm actually kind of curious exactly what phone Brian Leakey uses, because, well, I know on some occasions he brings in Bluetooth, and I can tell when that's in. But I've never.
I got a phone call. I'll be back.
Okay. Yeah, the phone I have is less than $300, and it does all the noise suppression too. So I don't even know how Brian Leakey's stuff does what it does, or it doesn't seem possible to me.
It's not the hardware. I think it's the software that's holding the phone, shall we say?
Like even an iPhone 3G was never that bad.
No.
I mean, it's so weird. Maybe he's got a Casio or something.
I mean, for a start, you're probably assuming that he's holding it the right way around.
Gotcha.
Yeah, you know what? Actually, that could actually have some merit, because when you're in speakerphone mode, there's usually 3 microphones active at any given time, or two or 3, depends on the phone, I suppose. And if you cover up a couple of those, then you get all kinds of weird noises and background and weirdness. So that could
To be fair,
possible.
actually, what you've just mentioned, speakerphone, might be part of the reason, because I've heard some phones, the speakerphone option's just terrible.
Yeah, but I mean, mine isn't. It's a $280 phone. I'm just confused by it.
Yeah, I mean,
when I'm in speakerphone, people don't hear themselves coming back at them. They just don't hear me as much.
fair enough. But like, just based on general experience with different people, some people, their own speakerphone, it sounds fine. Other people, it just sounds terrible. So maybe he just happens to have one of those shitty phones, not necessarily a cheap phone, just doesn't do that thing particularly well.
So here is me on speakerphone right now, and
if I try to talk over you,
here's me not on speakerphone. Is there a difference?
He sounded
oh wow,
worse.
that's way worse.
Mm.
I don't know what you
Yeah.
did.
So I think it's picking up. It's using the microphone that's on the Bluetooth headphones. That's probably why it sounds
Right.
like shit.
That'll be it.
Oh, okay. If you're on Android and you're using the quick toggle, the little face icon that's hovering over all the time, when you turn off speakerphone mode, it will go to whatever headset device you have connected, if you have
Right.
one connected.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
if you swipe your Discord chat away and click on the voice channel to get the server, the voice channel overlay, and hit the speaker there, then you actually get to pick which output device it goes to if you're not in speakerphone mode. Here, I'll send a screenshot, I suppose.
Is it at the bottom of the screen, the little speaker?
Yeah,
What are they?
I'm clipping it right now.
Then I won't be able to hear through the head. I want it to where I can hear through the headphones, but use the microphone on the phone.
Oh, that you cannot do.
Oh, that sucks.
That is not allowed on Android. But yeah, this guy right here lets you pick, if you've got more than one headset device connected at a time, it lets you pick which one you're using.
Yeah.
Bebo, I think you can technically override that. You just need to get a standard phono jack instead of one that's set up to use a mic. So there's a slight difference in the configuration there.
I think I know what you mean.
It will
wired
only,
headset?
yeah, like a wired, or you try to do Bluetooth and then use
Yeah.
right, got you.
Yeah, yep. If it's
Or
an
I just-
actual
or I
headphone
just need to
jack,
get-
it does have. Yeah, so if it's an actual wired headphone jack installed on the phone directly, and I think that's the key point, is if you plug in regular headphones there, then it will use the microphone in the phone because it knows that you don't have one in your headphone jack.
Yeah, I think I just need to get better Bluetooth headphones.
Bluetooth in general is the problem. It will cut off everything above 8 kilohertz. Or no, it records at 8 kilohertz. It'll cut off everything above 4 kilohertz.
Yeah, I got like a $1,500 phone with like $20 headphones.
The other option is to try and go wired like I do, and I'm weird that way. But
Yeah,
it's USB connected earbuds.
it just sucks though because with wired headphones they're always getting caught on stuff. You know what I mean? It's so annoying to me.
Mine are too short to do that, which is, I guess, both a blessing and a curse.
Like you got to hold your phone and the wires hanging down, and I can't stand like the wire getting yanked on stuff and then it comes out of my ear. I don't know.
Okay. If you want to go really weird with it, there's USB headsets that have a base station. You could have a base station in your pocket or be happy to see someone. And then you could do that
Right.
because that has better sound quality than plain standard Bluetooth.
Yeah.
I was enjoying the tech support chat there for a bit.
Yeah, these beans don't burn on the grill. No copyright claims.
What's up, Gary? Haven't heard from you in so long. What's going on? Can you hear us, Gary? Can you hear me?
Oh, he probably can. He's usually got his phone in his pocket while he's got his hands busy.
Are you milking the cows, Gary?
I haven't milked cows since I was a little boy. I can hear you, but my phone's been in my pocket. I'm working. But I don't know what you were asking or whatever.
No, I was just seeing how you were doing. It's been a while since you've been, giving us that wonderful knowledge about narrow angles and stuff.
Coming in here to speak to the worst kind of humans.
Yeah, that wasn't that long ago.
No, he only posted that in Bev's stream yesterday.
Or are we now? Are we the worst?
And I quote, the people posting in Jose's Discord are the worst kind of human.
Are we now? That's not nice, Gary. Come on.
Yeah, actually, you guys are pretty bad.
Yeah.
Please explain.
I asked him to, and he totally
like you guys, yes, a couple days ago, were discussing whether Lemon was a girl or a boy, and of course, some of you then resorted to calling him a she. In all your comments, you got anamorphic, dumb shit, whoever he is. He takes a picture of me, the only one available on the internet, on my YouTube. Takes one little picture on there, and then he puts it with a guy with sticking his hand down his pants. I mean, come on. That kind of bullshit is... I told Jose if he didn't take it off, I was going to report it. But Jose had to take it off.
Right.
Because that's kind of bullshit. That stuff, that stuff is past the line.
To our pictures, right? And Bev doesn't do anything to our pictures, right?
I haven't done anything with anybody's pictures everywhere, so don't talk about anybody else. I don't do that.
Yeah.
Right. If Bev,
I know you do. I know you do because that's what you do. That's all you got.
Right. So if I go over to Bev's channel,
so you take the one picture, which is in a sense it's a kind of a doxing because I didn't intend to be. I forgot it was even on there. So one picture gets taken by Tommy Gronvold, and then Blue Balls decides, or not Blue Balls, B-Ball. You might as well be Blue Balls. You decide to take the picture, and then several other people decide to take the picture. It's kind of a form of doxing. I had no intention of being seen.
How about it?
It's just a bunch of bullshit.
He's maintaining the high ground here with the blue balls.
Blue.
Don't do the blue ball thing. You've already been told about that.
It was accidentally it slipped out.
All right. But yeah, Earth is life. Just to keep in mind that whatever's.
But Earth is life, or B-ball. I meant to say B-ball. It just came out Blue Balls.
I think he was talking.
He took the picture. He put it on several of his videos. He's made numerous videos on me, and now he decides he likes to take that little single picture. Yeah, you guys are assholes. I don't do that to people. Okay. I don't take little pictures of you and make you look like an idiot.
No, you
which
just
is what you try to do. That's your whole intention.
I wouldn't have a problem with it,
right?
Yeah, you don't take pictures. You just totally misinterpret all of physics.
Oh, I could take a picture of you, and I could do something really bad that you wouldn't like. But I'm not going to do that because I'm not like you.
Okay.
I was going to help
Gary,
I'm not like you.
Yeah,
Gary,
you don't care. You don't care what you do to anybody.
Gary, you don't say
regurgitate bullshit.
You don't say anything about when Bev does it, right? Because I think a lot of our pictures are.
I don't say anything to anybody. I'm talking to you. That what they do is their business. What you do is your business. But right now, I'm talking to you, and I'm saying what you did. Yeah. So you're the asshole, and that's what I feel about you. And plus, you came in and lied one day straight to Jose's audience, saying I said Polaris is closer than the moon, which I never said, and you still haven't provided a timestamp for it. But you lied. If I wasn't there that day, what would happen? Everybody would think that's what Gary said. Just like the guy the other day who said that I told him to kill himself, which I never said. Now he can't provide it, and he backs up, and now he's backed off.
Well,
it is wrong.
Biocentrism.
Well, no, I'm talking what kind of assholes you guys are. You guys think everybody else is an asshole? You guys are just as bad, if not worse, than most.
Heliocentrism, get it?
You are. Just think of come on, just think what you do. When you take the one picture available of me from one of my videos, and then now you put it on every little single video you make of me. I mean, come on. What is your intention when you do that? What is your intention? What is your intention?
Not what made you look stupid.
No, what is the intention? I'm talking to B-Ball. I'm talking to B-Ball. What's your intention when you do shit like that? What's your intention?
It's just a picture of
you,
you,
hurtful?
Gary.
To try to be hurtful? To try to ridicule somebody, a human being? Is that what you're trying to do? No, you don't like Bev doing it. You complain about Bev and all those guys when they do it. But D-ball is no different. D-ball is just as bad.
So what? Yeah, I don't care.
I got to go back to work. I'll listen to you.
We really don't have to try too hard to ridicule you, Gary. All we have to do is like restate your facts, you know.
Exactly. I don't care if they use my picture. I don't care. If I didn't want them to use my picture, I wouldn't post my picture I wouldn't have my face on my channel or on any of my videos, but I don't care.
Look, guys, it's heliocentrism. It comes with the territory.
You do care. You know it does. It's not nice to people, and so you chose to do something that you thought might be hurtful to somebody. You did it with the intention of causing harm and causing evil. That's what your mindset's like. You guys are like that. That's what you guys are like. You've never seen me do anything like that.
Now, of course, now that you told us that it bothers you, now that it told us that it bothers you, we'll continue not to do it because we don't want to bother you or anything.
Oh no, I'm sure he'll do it all the more. That's fine.
Oh no, we won't. No, we won't.
I'm just saying the whole point is he intended it with the intention of hurting somebody because he thought it would hurt somebody.
Now that it bugs you, we'll be sure to stop.
He's a terrible person. He's a terrible person. He does that and he lies about things that he says I said that I never said.
Oh, you say so much. The problem is you say so much bullshit that you do say that when you say something that when something like that, it's hard to tell what you don't say because you say so much idiotic shit.
Sorry, no. The issue is actually
so that gives you the right to just make up whatever you feel like, right?
Well, no,
you just make up a lie.
Whenever somebody says Gary
told me to kill myself.
Whenever someone says Gary
told me to quit drinking. Gary said Polaris is closer to the moon.
Whenever someone says Gary says something stupid, it's like, okay, yeah, he probably did. He probably does think that. Polaris closer than the moon? Yeah, probably thinks that.
Polaris closer than the moon? How's that possible?
I know. That's scary.
Good question.
Yeah.
That would imply that it's further.
Wait, hold on.
Well,
I think
you draw it that way.
Go ahead, Jupus.
Right. Yeah, we have a multi-layer firmament, gentlemen. We got the star layer, the sun layer, the moon layer.
Hold on. Lemon, hold on. Go ahead, Jupus.
Right, so the issue with Polaris was that in the diagram, Polaris was extremely close to the Earth and used as an argument against the globe model, which doesn't make any sense because Polaris is nowhere near the Earth in the globe model. That's the issue.
The diagram was a simple diagram. It didn't even mention the moon at all, but somehow B-Ball decided that somehow Polaris is closer to the moon, and he even said I said it, which I never did, obviously.
That one. That diagram was so effing out of scale it wasn't even a matter because Polaris.
I've seen many of you guys put out of scale things on your little drawings.
Not when we're using geometry.
Yeah, you do. It's just a simple little diagram. It wasn't meant to be for distance. You guys are assholes, and so you get someone like B-Ball who will say, "Gary said."
That's the problem with trigonometry. Trigonometry commits you to a certain range and a certain distance. If you're using points that are on the Earth, that makes your triangle no more than the diameter of the Earth, essentially, or the radius of the Earth, depending on which sides you use for your triangle. And so it commits you to certain distances. So by the way the triangles are constructed, assuming the Earth is not moving through space, the planetary bodies based off of idealized trigonometry can be no more than like 3,000 to 4,000 miles away. You're committed once you use trigonometry in that way.
Well, that's just bullshit.
No,
yeah, you see it with
if we have an object in motion and we want to describe a single point in time, if that object is in motion, when we describe something in a single point in time, we don't say that object must be stationary. We're just saying at that point in time, these are what the angles are.
Well, the thing is with the stars appearing to be the same year in, year out, that implies that the Earth isn't moving. So the stars can't be more than like 3,000 to 4,000 miles away once you start using trig and points on the Earth.
No,
they don't actually stay the same year in and year out. If you go look at, even the past few decades worth of star almanacs, you'll find out the stars move relative to each other.
Not enough to justify heliocentrism. It would be like a heat shimmer effect or a refractive effect through the dome.
No.
conveniently has
Sorry.
them moving in the same direction relative to the stars behind them. Right.
Yeah, because the firmament doesn't change, the stars don't change, and the
They
Earth
do,
doesn't
actually.
change. We're going to get the same pattern with just heat shimmer, atmospherics, or dome refraction. That's it.
Right.
No,
Prove it.
Lemon, you
Barnard
won't do
star, the
that.
one
It
that
won't
moves in
work.
a consistent direction and is in a human lifespan a measurable change, is not something that's just conveniently heat shimmer. That's just some
How much is
random.
this
That's
change?
just some randomly. That's just some randomly added convenient effect that you want to exist.
How much is this change, Doofus? I heard that it's a millionth of an arc second or something highly small and negligible. How much is this change for, say, the biggest magnitude of change of in a star that we have? What's the biggest change we see
Hello, I am new. I never been here before. What is this about?
because a couple millionths of arc seconds of change could be chalked up to refraction quite easily.
No,
Quite
Lemon,
easily.
you can actually
I'm putting
measure
some
them
cheese
if you
and
look
some
at the
hot
star
dogs right now,
chart.
so give me a minute. This cheese
Hello,
Whenever
I'm
you
new.
get
put
a
its
chance.
What
mouth
did I
on these
miss?
hot dogs.
What did I miss?
A lot.
What didn't you miss?
I actually stepped away. I thought it was going to be a minute. I thought it was going to be one of those scam calls, but it was a call that I needed to talk. It's about my almost got evicted from my place last month. I needed to answer that, so I was just finalizing some details about my. If I don't pay on time, I'm gonna be in the streets. So yeah. Now, don't worry about it. I'm not gonna do a GoFundMe for you guys to help me. It's not necessary. Just go pay $1,000 speakers to somebody or for some other bullshit that is really not life threatening and you might end up homeless. It's no worries about it. If anybody want to give me $1 or $2 for cigarettes or something, it's okay. Boom.
Barnard star moves
so-
10.39 seconds of arc annually.
I was getting there, yeah.
10.39 seconds of arc, huh? Bigger than what I thought it was, anyway.
Yeah, about 10 fucking million times.
Because as far as I can see, all we have is fairly negligible amounts of refraction, buttressed by the assumption that the Earth is moving millions of miles through space to back up these triangles and these idealized trigonometric distances. Very weak evidence, so-called, for heliocentrism that could easily be chalked up, as far as I can tell, to refraction through atmosphere, dome, heat, stuff like that.
What exactly
You
is
always
the
make this stuff up. You
idealized
can never back it
trigonometric
up
distance?
with anything useful. You can't quantify it, demonstrate it. You just have stories.
Even if you consider it weak evidence for the
let me
globe,
see
you can't say
instead.
to us then that there's no motion between stars.
All right,
There's
guys.
no way
I
to
get.
make that claim.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but I came in because I was away. I just noticed I missed 2 super chats, and I need to read those, and then we'll go back to it. Big shout out to Anamorphic Mind. I got $2 from Anamorphic Mind. Thank you very much, sir. See, Gary needs some preparation age for his butt hurt. Damn, Gary Webenga, were you butt hurt? Did I miss the butt hurtiness? I mean, that's nothing new, but shout out to Anamorphic. And we got a $5 Fiverr by Parabindu. Thank you very much, Parabindu. Get a Blue Byte Bluetooth receiver to use a wired headset without sticking receivers inside your skull. At $16 on Amazon. Thank you very much, Parabindu. Appreciate it, brother. Wired headset without sticking receivers inside your skull. I'm gonna let the shit show roll for another half an hour, and then I gotta get out of here because I gotta get ready to watch a movie. Boom. I'll go mute. Let the shit show continues.
So they said Blue Marble was saying 10 seconds of refraction for the biggest stars. What star was this again?
He did say refraction. Barnard star.
Parallax or whatever. I apologize. Parallax, aberration, whatever the hell. What stars was that for, Blue?
He might be busy. That was Barnard star.
Barnard star.
Yeah, I posted a list. I guess you have to scroll down in order to get to the list. I couldn't figure out how to permalink that list in there, but there's a list of the highest proper motion stars within that article.
I just want to take exception with your abuse of the term heliocentrism. It's a derogatory term trying to imply that it's a philosophy as opposed to a science. So the modern term geocentric and heliocentric in science are referring to reference frames. So your use of the term geocentric or heliocentric is quite outdated.
Are you offended by the ism at the end?
I'm just quoting the definition of geocentrism in modern times, trying to bring people up to date.
Lemon, he don't like isms. What do you think about that?
It's not liking. I don't care. Yeah, but it's like there's certain terms that we used in the 1960s that we don't use anymore.
Well, heliocentrism comes with a couple key assumptions, some of which appear to be very questionable. So it appears to be a bit more of an ism than a science when we have to assume huge distances for stars. The book Kings Dethroned went over the myriad of
It's not an assumption. It's not an assumption. It's proven. It's proven. It's not an assumption. It's proven. Stop
How
saying
was
it's
it proven?
because it's been measured.
We need to look at the tokens that were allowed for quote unquote proof and see if they're questionable. So when you get a chance, I'd love to see how they proved that the stars were that far away short of walking to them.
Oh God, are you really this dumb?
Measurements.
See, we're going through
like
the usual routine of talking about the globe and not a flat Earth. Again.
Measurements and observations. Okay, that kind of sound weak. As far as I
no,
can
it's
tell,
not
they
weak
had
because it's the
to
truth. You can say it's weak as you like to, but it's the fact. You can say that it's weak at all, but it's still fact. It doesn't matter. You can say you can criticize it all day long, but it's still a fact. Measurements and observation prove
back and forward discussion, back and forth.
It just sounds like you're a cheerleader for a system that you may not even understand yourself. You can't tell me what measurements, what facts back this up, and you can't make a coherent enough argument for me to even believe you.
Redshift.
I'm not here to persuade you of
has
anything.
other interpretations as well, sir.
Nope.
Some people say that redshift has nothing to do with distance at all because they have redshifted items that appear to be right next to blue shifted items. So that is no indication of distance or anything like that of any sort.
Sorry, incorrect, but nice try.
How would you expect it to be different, Lemon? If you have things that are both far away and closer to you, and they're moving in different directions,
but as always,
those things are always going to be in the sky in the same general area. If you're looking in the same direction, you will see both. That doesn't mean that one is close and one is far debunks the fact that the far one is far. That makes no sense.
As always, Lemon is trying to logic and reason something out of existence rather than something into existence like the ether band. Logic and reason without anything actually providing any evidence of any description, pretty much like most.
It's illogical to say that redshift or blue shift is giving us any sort of consistent indication of distance when it appears that we have redshifted galaxies right next to and feeding into blue shifted galaxies that are seemingly right next to each other. So it looks like redshift, blue shift is no real consistent indicator of distance at all. It could just be a red or blue item. It could be redshifted or blue shifted because the light is passing through a cloud or something like that, or some sort of substance that is shifting the light toward this spectrum or that spectrum. So the main objection is that redshift, blue shift is not a real indication of any distance at all at that point. It's just a bunch of philosophy-laden assumption at that point.
Hold on, he thinks that light passing through a medium will either redshift or blue shift.
A cloud. A cloud, apparently, yeah.
Electrical fields. There's different theories that have been offered as to what, if anything, is causing the redshift even in and of itself.
Electrical magnetic fields have absolutely zero effect on light. Zero.
What about the Faraday effect? The Faraday effect appears to twist and distort light.
Faraday effect?
Right. The Faraday
Are you
effect.
fucking serious?
Changes the color, does it? Really?
You're using electromagnetism to affect the medium the light is passing through, not the light itself. If you do that same kind of test on light passing through what is ostensibly a vacuum, there's no matter there, you can't get electromagnetism to do anything to that light.
So if you guys are presenting it as evidence, fine, but it needs to be consistent evidence. And with blue shifted items next to redshifted items in the same vicinity, the same neighborhood. It doesn't look like redshift or blue shift is any proof for the distance of these stars at all at that point.
Very,
I
very
already
few
explained
things
why
are
that's
blue
not
shifted.
a contention, Lemon.
Very, very few things are blue shifted. Most everything, I mean, like 99 point something % of stuff is moving away from us. The further away it is, the faster it moves away from us. The
Well,
dimmer
the
it is,
what was that?
there's very
Philosophy,
little
no.
shit that's blue shifted.
Well, the philosophy of blue shift, red shift is just basically saying light is coming toward us or away from us, indicating its distance, approximately coming toward us or away from us on some level. It's like light is an accordion that tightens up as it gets closer to us, becoming more of a blue color and, kind of stretching and becoming more, spread apart toward the red side of the spectrum as it's going away from us, essentially. But people
If you
say
don't
that there are
understand,
other reasons that light can be blue shifted or red shifted other than coming to us like a blue accordion or going away from us
no,
like a
it's
red accordion or whatever.
not how it works, Lemon. That's not how it works at all.
That's not a philosophy. It's an observation.
I mean, if you're getting other ways to get blue or red shift by Faraday effect,
No, the
electromagnetic
Faraday
fields,
effect doesn't
passes
work.
through other
Get that out of your head.
substances, or just red or blue color in and of itself, it looks like the blue or red shift as a
No,
philosophy.
that's not how it works, Lemon. You don't look at the colors themselves shift. It's the absorption bands shift within it. There's no other way to explain
I'm
that
gonna
other
start
than
interrupting Painasa shitting in between everything he say now to see how it feels.
I'm just saying there appears to be other interpretations. I mean, when a car comes to you with its sound wave, the sound wave appears to compress a little bit as it's coming towards you with the sound Doppler shift and be higher pitched or, quote unquote, shifted toward the higher pitch. And as the car goes away from you with its, horn blasting or whatever, it appears to go toward a lower pitch like the sound wave is stretching out like an accordion. So I guess you see a blue or red shift, in sound waves. But I don't know if that necessarily translates to light the same way.
yes,
all the time.
Pretty much, actually.
So we have to question the philosophy just in case
No,
we've been
we
bamboozled.
Yes.
No, we don't.
Yes, we do.
No
Yes, we do.
philosophy
Because
involved.
you're talking, therefore I'm gonna interrupt you as a shield.
I'm
See how
sorry.
it feels. You interrupt every single time anybody's talking.
It's difficult.
And then when you
to talk.
Not to see.
When Lemon monologues for 5 minutes at a time.
How it feels when you keep interrupting people. I mean, and this is the first step. The second step is just server mute. I mean, instantly. It's not going to be this is the first and only warning. Thank you very much. I'll mute myself.
So, Lemon, it's fine to question. It's no problem, but you don't question. You suggest a question which you never intend to answer yourself.
Well, the main thing is I know that there are quote unquote paid NASA shills, pun intended, that are trying to, basically, champion for this model. It is what it is. I have my bias. Other people have their bias. We'll just go from there and just compare how we quote unquote attempt to answer these questions or what theories we use to try to answer them. And just
go ahead, try to answer the questions. Why are galaxies red shifted, not blue shifted?
Maybe they're just red or green, red or blue colored. Wow. Maybe they're just red or blue colored. How about that?
Why would they be?
Because they have a color? Because that's just the way that they are?
We can go right into spectroscopy with that topic, which is why would hydrogen appear to us red shifted? Why is it specific that all of the elements that we expect to see have certain spectral bands are also shifted down? It's not just due to what color something is.
I don't know. I'm just a layman. Maybe there's more energetic hydrogen that's more excited and giving off a tighter blue band spectrum and less energetic hydrogen or whatever that has, energy signatures that are more redshifted or something. I don't know. Maybe there's different amounts of energy in the hydrogen over here versus over here or something.
Oh, that's nice.
Maybe it's mixed with other compounds. Pete was talking about how hydrogen, the same hydrogen, burns different colors depending on what it was compounded with. So maybe it's hydrogen mixed with something else that's shifting it. I mean, there's other possibilities even there.
You just said it was compounded with other elements. So obviously not the hydrogen. The hydrogen is not the cause.
Well, I mean, there's different possibilities even with that. You're getting hydrogen, yes, but you're getting hydrogen that's giving off a different signature or whatever because it was compounded with something else before
So, right,
it was
hydrogen
turned
is not
off
the
as
cause.
hydrogen. And even what's his name? Globe Ballbusters, Quantum Eraser was talking about how you don't have a pure environment in astronomy to test spectrophotometry or whatever when you burn an element and try to see what spectra it gives off. You need a pure lab environment for that without contamination. That's impossible when we're
You
looking out
don't.
over these great distances through the atmosphere, through the quote unquote vacuum of space. There's no way to tell if you even have a pure enough environment to make sure that you're getting a pure burn with a pure, spectral signature. So with all these
No,
sources of contamination, who the hell really knows, what's going on up there? We're making a bunch of
it's not,
assumptions too.
Lemon,
Do you think
nobody
maybe after all
burns
this
nothing.
time, do you think maybe after all this time, when spectroscopy being a science, maybe we would have tested what different elements added to the mix would cause? Maybe we would have found out by now that it's just additive, that it doesn't actually change up or down the elements in there. It's just adding other things.
You would think that, Mr. Manfred, yes, but people are complicated. Sometimes people are so blinded by heliocentrism, pun intended, HELL, that, they miss the flat forest for the trees.
Let me get a shout out to Mr. Malord. Mr. Malord stepped up. Get some. He say $20 on PayPal. Mr. Malord, thank you very much, brother. Appreciate that, man. And I hope you're enjoying the festivities. Appreciate it, bro. Boom. I'll mute myself.
Not with these beans.
That's why I like the electric universe. The electric universe appears to have the possibility of much smaller scales in a smaller universe that is just simply electric without having to have these huge distances and expanses demanded by, this gravity conception where everything would clump into a ball unless there's this huge amount of space between objects or something.
Lemon, doesn't it still make it a sphere? Like the 90% of the, like all the proponents, the originals of the electric universe are just Earth is still a sphere, right?
They do still hold to the sphere, yes. But no model is perfect. They got the electricity right, the sphericity and gravity and all of that dead weight. They need to drop that like a bad hat.
It's funny you mentioned weight.
I think of weight per se as a combination of fields. Fields in that, when this medium of electromagnetism is pushing on you, you push back on it and a field is generated. A vibratory signature. It's like you push me physically with your hands, I push back, and there's a vibration signature when both of these forces come together. That's what I call the field, this vibratory signature, saying move in this way, react in this way, structure in this way, have this weight. The medium pushes on you, you push back, and you get this field signature that we quote unquote call weight. You may float, you may fall, you may rise. And I would call that weight, a combination of fields that can go up, down, even with the same substance.
God,
How did we get on to talking about Lemon's sex life?
I haven't floated in a long time.
Well, if you want to float, ideally you bring the ether in. This substance of space, it's all around us, it stores energy. When you vibrate in sync with the ether, like say this ether is vibrating currently at 2.7 hertz. If you start vibrating close to 2.7 hertz, you're in sync. The energy from the ether flows in and all of a sudden you can float. If you're out of sync, the ether is around you, but it's not quite flowing in you the same way, and you're not able to float with the same energy as you could if you were in sync.
Can I have
London, Lemon, you should be a Hindu mystic. You picked the wrong religion because that's right out of pure Hinduism right there.
Hold on.
Can I get a few seconds? Let me get a few seconds, Lemon. Comment by Anamorphic Mind via Super Chat. Anamorphic, thank you for the fiver, brother. Thank you very much. Lemon once again proving he will search out the law of the law to deny reality and stick with his left brain paradigm.
Left brain, you take that back. I am right brain, creative. I am open to new revelation, spirits, preferably God. I am creative. I am visual. I am not left brain. I am not narrow. I am not avisual. I am not rigid. I may need to be a bit more analytical in left brain too, but I'm not quite like that.
I mean, you were the most closed-brained person I've ever met.
Well, where do these new experiences go to be processed? The right side of the brain, according to Fiona Barnett. She says this is the science of how MK Ultra torture and mind breaking is done. They know that new
No, it's not.
For processing. Yes.
I can show you how to do that. It's nothing to do with.
Basically, in satanic MK Ultra torture, the event is so traumatic it gets stuck in the right brain. In normal processing, new experiences go to the right brain, then to the left brain for analytic processing to be analyzed versus your prior experience, your prior belief systems, your prior modes of logic and thought, and rationally reasoned out. Then it goes to the right brain finally for long-term storage. Torture and traumatic experiences interrupt this process and get stuck initially in the right brain unprocessed. Now the brain has to make the brain has to make new circuitry to house this new event, and then a new personality emerges.
But do you think that that me, Lemon, or yourself can have only half of a brain, and then depends, we like, if we tilt the head to the right, the brain goes to the right. If we tilt to the left, like, is that a sliding brain? Like, it switches from day to day, different paradigms?
It goes together with the right and the left brain. I don't know if you can. Well, actually, they have cut the brain in half, and it still functioned. They filled the brain with water, and it was still pretty functional. So it looks like the structure of the brain, right, left, or whatever, Jose, is a little irrelevant. It looks like a general housing structure, more like a computer interface that has enough flexibility to act even when it's cut in half, filled with water or stuff like that. But beyond that, it's just a general machine that you interface with, basically.
I am actually learning today. I am brain illiterate. Just letting you guys know. I'm learning today the left and right brain here.
The left and right hemispheres are connected by what's called the corpus callosum. And what you're talking about is a split brain operation. And yeah, you can split the hemispheres and still function.
Fascinating.
Lemon.
And there was a guy that lost his brain, and he still functions. So yeah, like in Jurassic Park, nature finds a way.
Lemon, you created. You believe in something that was invented 2,000 years ago and didn't change since. Be creative. Make it new.
Well, the truth doesn't change, gentlemen. We have a deity that is eternal and gives us access to eternal truth, not truth that changes into the lie. And so some eternal truths can help us.
Eternal truth.
Yeah, the truth, the root that has to be inside of us for us to get a shoot or fruit of a certain
Is this
type.
the original or the modern use of the word eternal?
I think it would be the modern use of eternal, like never ending.
Good, just checking. Just because obviously if there was any indication that it was assumed to be eternal in any way back when it was written, it would have meant something completely different.
Well, eternal in that it doesn't need to change. If something needs to change constantly, that implies a certain amount of impermanence, doesn't it? Like the truth could change to a lie. Yeah.
We got a new $5 in the pot from Leo, and the super chat is going to start a fund for Lemon. So for Lemon to actually start testing his ideas. $5 in the pot. I mean, I'm gonna see $2 at the end of the day of those, $2.50 probably in my pocket. So, but thank you very much, Leo, Lemon, to test your ideas. How many people have asking you and telling you got to test your ideas, and how you test your ideas?
Well, we would need a testable framework, something ideally that's as mechanical as possible, something touching something or something hitting something else mechanically that can somehow hopefully be tested in a scientific experiment or whatever. That's why we talk about the vibrational frequency of the ether, if it has one, being in sync with our vibrational frequency, if we have one, so we can, modulate up, modulate down, and see if something flows in. It's like the mechanical explanation that we have there for the ether and why we get over unity. Over unity being over one. Unity is a fancy word for one. And we're putting in 1 calorie of heat or energy in this system, and all of a sudden we're getting 10 calories out over unity. It's not a 1-to-1 ratio. We're getting more out of it than we're putting in. And so this energy has to be coming from somewhere with these over unity machines. People say it's probably the ether, this repository of energy that's giving us over unity. And when stuff flows in, all of a sudden things change and go over unity.
There's no such thing as over unity devices.
If you would like the too long didn't read version of that, Lennon is going to have to look into how he's going to have to look into that.
We can't even get perpetual motion machines, let alone over
Okay,
unity.
if
you have an over unity device, Lemon,
he's
one second.
He's
I'll
actually
go
suggesting. Oh goodness! All right. In addition to topic, I got something stuck in my throat. You also have to. He wants things to be touching, right? So that excludes things like electromagnetism and optics. But then says we have to look into the frequencies of things. So I mean, it's kind of a little contradictory.
Lemon, if you have an over unity machine, please tell me. I will give you all the money I have because we will be the richest 2 people on Earth. If you can put, a little bit of energy in and get a lot of energy out, for fuck's sake, we'll put everybody out of business.
Well, Bruce De Palma talks about demonstrating his over unity machine. He put in like a calorie of work and got out like 1.75 or something like that. But the thing is, they'd probably kill us. They being the elites that don't want this free, abundant energy to cut into their profits. They want you paying $5 for gas right now and not extracting energy from this ether medium that stores energy right there or from the earth or anything like that. They would kill us first or buy us out or try to sabotage us.
No, they wouldn't.
You've done something to test this, I assume, to show that the person you believe isn't a con man versus the big government shills. Yeah?
We would be the richest people on Earth.
No. Have you tested your regular science, your combustion engine, or do you just go with the narrative as prescribed? I heard that there are over unity machines. They talk about their general philosophy about where this over unity energy, if any, is coming from, and I either believe it or reject it. Did you test the internal combustion engine?
The point, Lemon, is that your supposed philosophy is about having distrust and not believing you're being told the truth about certain aspects of, science and so on. But for some reason, you've chosen to believe these people without any direct demonstration, which is something you demand from every other aspect of science.
Well, they can't be believed.
We actually have people here that have worked on small engines. So to say, have you tested combustion engines is actually kind of funny because some of us actually have.
Yeah, it's amazing how these engines get hot when they use fuel. And that's waste heat. It's also amazing how you guys always quote the laws of thermodynamics, for bullshit, and then you come up with a situation like this that basically violates the laws of thermodynamics and go, no, we have over unity machines.
Well, that's why we have to break the normie paradigm, paid NASA shill. Victor Schulberger talked about how the combustion energy that you're talking about is outward, explosive, expansive. That is not efficient. It generates huge amounts of heat loss and is not as efficient as the other type of energy that he said nature actually uses. Impansive, spiraling inward, exploding in the opposite direction, exploding inward essentially. Cooling, efficient, used by nature to basically make spirals, whirls, vortices, life. And so we may have the wrong paradigm. And so we may need to break this, rigid paradigm that is sending us in an outward, explosive, wasteful direction and see what is flowing inward with this impansive as opposed to expansive, imploding energy.
Oh, God.
Wow, that was some great word salad. Too bad it wasn't true. Again, we'd be the richest people on Earth if it was.
We would be killed by the powers that should never be, just like Danny Meyer was the moment he made a car that ran off of water.
There's no way to make a car run off of water. Fuck.
So
wait,
if you
wait,
do
I
have
saw
it,
I saw an article. I saw an article of a car driving on water just recently.
Yeah. Would you like to link it to me?
Yeah.
No, I don't, but I seen it.
Because the only way to do off water is to put a lot more energy in and break it into hydrogen and oxygen, but that takes more energy than you get out of the hydrogen and oxygen to break it down.
That's why cars don't run on water.
You said car on water.
Well, that's why you need the energy to flow in, gentlemen. And that's where the promise of this sort of philosophy and paradigm talks about space being structured in a way where stuff can flow in. They liken it to two people playing hula hoop. You send me a wave through the not the hula hoop. Wow, the jump rope. Mouth is working faster than the mind. Send a wave through the jump rope. I send a wave through the jump rope back. If we're not in sync, we're just shaking a jump rope. Nothing efficient is being done. And this erratic jump rope's going up and down and no work is really being done. But if we're in sync, you send me a nice smooth wave. I respond after your wave is done and send you a nice smooth wave in turn. We can finally do some work. It's organized, it's structured, it's in sync. It's the same thing with vibrating in sync with the ether, the electromagnetic field, whatever. So stuff can flow in. So it's efficient. So it's not just energy losses with heat or bad structure of space and energy in this process. Structure it, get it in sync. Be in sync with space so stuff can flow in over unity. And then maybe we could talk, electromagnetically or something in a more efficient way.
Can you provide any example of this?
I think they talk about this sort of theory to interpret why Tesla was getting scalar waves, these standing waves that were good enough to get like a laser that was, shot through the atmosphere, the air of huge amounts of energy, these standing waves that were, huge amounts of energy that was accumulating in, space or something like that. They say basically when you're in sync, the energy flows in and all of a sudden you get huge amounts of energy, more than you anticipated, as opposed to just trying to push the energy in and burn the engine to death or whatever.
Sounds like an anecdote about a theory. I meant, do you have something you can actually show? Or is it literally just a theory?
That's the theory that they use to interpret it. It's good enough for me.
Well, that's not good enough for anybody else, I don't think.
Hold on. A theory that Lemon has not tested is good enough for Lemon. Other theories that he's also not tested are not good enough for Lemon. He decides which theories are good.
Yeah.
I see it with the hula hoop. I mean, not the hula hoop, gosh dang it. The jump rope. It's intuitive. It helps the mind think, and it makes a lot of sense. Where does this energy go? It has to go somewhere. It's probably being stored in space. Where does the
energy come from? This analogy that you're using is a situation where energy is required to make the rope move, and every molecule in that rope is, it's transferring energy. So how does being in sync change anything about the fact that work is being done?
Work is being done with that wildly shaking rope, yes, but it's not being done efficiently. So you're getting losses. You're getting heat. The bad structure from you shaking the rope wildly and the other person shaking the rope wildly is tuckering you both out. It's burning down even then. And so if it's in sync, if it's in a proper, rhythm, it goes back and forth without losses, without heat. Now you can actually accumulate energy properly without breaking down the system. It makes a lot of sense.
Fine, Lemon, do it.
0 cents to me.
That literally makes absolutely no sense.
Yeah, I think it makes perfect sense. It was lifted directly from an erotic novel.
It's basically being in sync so that this energy can structure space properly, structure the energy exchange in a proper way, and stuff can actually be accumulated without breaking the system down. Not as fast anyway. Makes a lot of sense to me, but who knows? Perhaps I'm just a conspiratard rooster.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, some honesty.
All right, I'm gonna have to wrap up the live show on YouTube. So for those watching on YouTube, join the Discord server and jump into the call over here to listen. If you are new, holler one of the moderators in the list, and we can hook you up with speaking roles and posting and all that good stuff. I gotta take a shower and get out of here. In 1 hour, I'll be in the movie theater, sitting down watching a movie. Hopefully, I like it this time. Let's get some final thoughts. Alkay, you're up first. Final thoughts.
Is this thing still working? Yeah. Okay. Just dropped my phone. Well, we didn't have much conversation to base anything on, but I just guess, thanks to Lemon for providing some entertaining woo, and to Gary for basically everybody that he's so fragile that he makes a snowflake look like an ablation tile. Cheers to the show. I'll catch you later.
Thank you very much, Alkay. I appreciate it. Blue Marble Science.
Yeah, Jose, thanks for hosting the show today. I would like to let everybody know that Cavendish is alive and well at the University of Tennessee. They have run some testing with it and actually gotten better results than what I got in terms of being closer to the actual accepted value of G. So it's still doing quite a nice job. They're going to be remodeling the lab that the experiment's sitting in right now, and so when that's we've got to take it apart and move it temporarily to get it out of the way. But it'll go back up sometime in the middle of the summer, I'm thinking. Anyway, what I wanted to say is I still plan on having an event down there, a very informal event. Anyone that's interested in seeing this, send me an email, bluemarbleScience@gmail.com. I'll keep track of the list, and when the time is right, I'll contact people who have expressed an interest in it. It's invitation only, so send me an email. I'm not trying to keep anybody from going at all. I'd be perfectly happy to have some flat earthers show up down there, but not if you think you're going to come down there and cause trouble. Get that out of your head. Anyway, that's it. Thanks, Jose. Appreciate it.
Very well said, Blue. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Oh, Alem.
Just a reminder that when anyone says Darwinism or heliocentrism, this is a common trademark of pseudoscience to conflate science and philosophy. So I would just have to quote Bob Marley, we're sick and tired of your isms, schisms. And that's all for now.
Very good. Thank you very much. Brad, the science bro.
Yeah, I just tuned in. I missed most of the show. I just caught the end. But I wonder if Rakia come to watch Blues Cavendish. It's a possibility. And then to Lemon, blah, 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 Lemon. Have a good day.
Thank you. Chike, final thoughts.
Shout out to Lemon, who came in sync with us and doubled the entertainment energies. Thank you.
Indeed. Thank you. Doofus.
Oh, as usual, you can describe how you know for sure that the Earth must be spherical with things that you can go out and personally verify. But the discussion is never about those things that can be described in less than a minute. It's always about something else. But it's okay. We can play pretend. The Earth is definitely not flat.
Thank you very much, Doofus. Farmer's Boy.
Yeah, the show started off very well, and then it sort of lost its way at the end, but there you go. But thank you very much anyway. Most of it's been entertaining, so appreciated.
Thank you. Gary. Fetices. Lemon Bird looking for the button. There you go.
Hello. Scientism, Hinduism, heliocentrism, Darwinism. These are modes of thought, philosophies that try to influence a way of being, but some of their tenets don't quite mesh with reality. So we need to test these philosophies for what they're really about and whether they're really helping us interface with reality properly or getting us lost in a world of philosophical fancy.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Mr. Victory say, the earth is not flat. Just ask that cat with the bat. Thank you. Thank you. Hapas Legos say, it is as impossible to convince a fractally wrong person of anything as it is to walk around the edge of the Mandelbrot set infinite time. Thank you. Thank you. Sean Smith.
Hey, Jose. I'll make it really quick. The Earth is beautiful, and everybody out in the audience, like and subscribe. It was a good show today. Thank you for everything you do, Jose.
Thank you, Sean. I appreciate it. And Nestle Wise.
Yeah, nice one, Jose. I think Lemon Bird had missed out escapism there in one of his isms. Yeah, enjoy the movie, man.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Hold on says, saying close enough for me does not cut it at all. Not even close. Thank you very much. Appreciate. Thank you, Citizen9. Thank you, everybody on the YouTube chat box. I am happy that I was able to provide a place where people came in, hang out for a few hours. And thank you for the support, super chats, PayPals, big thank you for that. Please consider sharing the show and hitting the thumbs up if you haven't done so. When the video is up on YouTube, leave a comment in the comment section. The first comment, if it's YouTube friendly, will be pinned, and if it's not a spam comment, will be pinned. So first come, first serve. If there's already a comment pinned, do not go back. You're already there. Leave a comment, no matter what it is. It is when you leave a comment in the comment section, it is easier for me as a YouTube user looking at the comments to click on somebody's name and open their channel pages. So if you got either content that you want people also to see, leave a comment in the comment section. And if your comment is catchy enough, maybe you'll grab a few subscribers with that. People will click in your channel, will see what you got, and they will subscribe to each other. So it's a good way to keep the interaction going and exchanging ideas. Thank you to all the panelists. Thank you to everybody that was here earlier, had to leave. And thank you to all of you still here in the panel. You guys can stay as long as you want. I'm going to get out of here. I'm like very lightheaded. I'm fucking starving. I'm going to take a shower, eat something, and get out of here. I'll probably go to sleep in the movie theater, but whatever, man. It is what it is. Thank you very much, everybody watching. Hold on, let me move this over here. Jose JG out. Boom.
My fucking video is still